Welcome to the place where dreams come true, where everything you want can be yours, if and only if you're willing to work for them, you're willing to hurt for them, but most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting, it's hot. Look what I got, whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast, I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes. I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete? Well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what is meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited, like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete? Well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me, how'd I turn pain into energy. Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
I'm on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, now I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep a 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride.
This team believes in itself. We know what we have here. We're gonna come in here and fight, and we're gonna come in here and make this a competition.
This team has been on fire, not just in the North American circuit, but in the international circuit as well. This team is stacked. They got 8,200 hit points there! It's a 3-star! 50 Shades of Hogs is going to pick!
Uneasy. We can definitely play better than we've been performing, but we'll take any win we can get.
Hello,
West in beautiful Seattle, Washington with the Snapdragon Pro Series. This is a fantastic time because we have been here for a month and it is culminating in this land. I'll be your host. My name is F. Dot, and I'm joined here by two of the smarter folks in Clash of Clans. We've got Bash and Eric, or at least one of them is smart. How you doing, Eric?
Oh, that was dirty. You did him dirty right out of the gate.
Oh, man. It's going to be a good day, F. Dot. I'm used to you guys bullying me, but I'm looking forward to this awesome Clash Clans action. We're going to be crowning our Season 3 champion here this weekend. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. As I said, this is the culmination of a month's worth of competition. And if you're just joining us, well, that's all right, because we can look in the rearview mirror and kind of show you how the regular season went, because this was wild. We had 4 weeks of competition, and going into that final week, Bash, we only had one team locked in. The entire rest of the league, sorry, we stay active, was up for grabs.
Yeah, 1 in, 1 out. Empire just had a dominating challenge phase, but it really came down to these final few wars of week 4. UG Nebula really needed to win against this Empire squad to give themselves some hope. A loss here didn't eliminate them, but Empire took care of business.
Empire's been on fire lately. They went through the entire season there through Challenge with an undefeated record there. But I really thought that UG Nebula was going to be one of the teams that were going to be here today, and I'm kind of surprised that they didn't end up making it through, but they had to get through Empire, and the deck was stacked against them there because Empire is very strong, and they weren't able to get it, and that 1 star right there didn't help at all.
Yeah, uncharacteristic from Halo Blade, and you know my man Smokey Bear, he's coming in with that clutch 2-star to put the war away. I mean, he really just needed a 1 star, but this Empire squad is stacked. They were the first team to qualify. Now, this one didn't eliminate Nebula, but it put them in a really, really awkward spot. So coming out of this, we had Golden X and UG Nebula eliminated. Yeah, and then Aphelion moves on with the win.
Yeah, Aphelion picking up the win there, just waiting for the Team Nebula to end up taking a loss there. But speaking of teams that unexpectedly took a loss, Method to Madness taking on Golden X here was also, I thought Method Madness was another team that was going to be one of the front runners to make it to the competition here today. But they got eliminated in the final hour against Golden X in this match, or not quite eliminated, but out of control of their own fate.
Yeah, I got ahead of myself. This was the team that got put in an awkward situation. Method to Madness, like you said, their fate wasn't in their hands any longer. Nebula got knocked out in that previous war. I misspoke there, but Golden X came up. They were already eliminated, but they looked to play spoiler, and they did just that, taking down this Method to Madness squad with a really surprising war, but we knew Golden X was capable of this.
Yeah, Golden X had a little bit of a rough start into their challenge season, so they weren't able to ultimately play through, but they were able to put Method to Madness chances on the line there. And also that win, because Method Madness got knocked down and got into uncertain territory, made so that United Gaming ended up getting pushed in, and they secured their spot, and they'll be playing today. But then there were 2 teams that were left in contention. There was 50 Shades of Hog and then Method of Madness. And the result of this match here between United Gaming and 50 Shades of Hog decided who ended up going through. If 50 Shades won this, then they advanced. If they lost, then if United Gaming won, then Method of Madness would go through.
Right, United Gaming essentially playing proxy for Method Madness here, but 50 Shades of Hog showed everyone they can handle the pressure. 13-11. This team showed up in a big way, and they're looking to play spoiler here today. I think a lot of people wrote them off early because they had that slow start, but they got really hot towards the end of challenge.
Yeah, and that hopefully that momentum will be able to carry them through here today, and we'll see how they do. But here's our standings.
Absolutely, and these are the 8 teams that were playing out, and like we said, the top 4 are here competing for all this money. So 7-0 is the undefeated first seed in Empire Gaming. So they'll go up against the 4th seed in United, which is actually a little bit of surprise to see United in that position.
I think a lot of people could say that's going to be our challenge. This is like a sneak peek to our challenge finals here. But what we're going to do is we're going to have double elimination. We're going to decide our upper bracket today. We'll have 2 matches here, and then we'll have the upper bracket final. These aren't elimination matches. Those teams will go down to the lower bracket. We'll decide the lower bracket tomorrow, play out our grand final, and see who our Season 3 champion is.
And obviously you're playing for clout and bragging rights, but also 20 G's. You've got #1 team taking home $20,000, and every single one of our squads is going to be leaving here with something as well. So shout out to all that money coming into the Clash scene. It's absolutely really dope to see all these people kind of like putting up their gameplay and being able to take something home for it. And as we talk about that community, I really want to talk about the people in that community, because one of the fun things about Clash, we've been here for a long time. There's people that have been here forever, but that doesn't mean that there's no new blood in here. We're seeing new young folks step up and become a big part of Clash of Clans Esports.
Yeah, a couple of these rookies here, man, they really stepped up this season. A little bit of a surprise how good these rookies were this season.
Fantastic stuff. When at the end of the day, everyone in the league is talking about these two.
Ninja coming in has helped us a lot on base building. Previously, we relied a lot on Ghost, so now we can kind of split that load with him, along with some of our other builders.
Swifty, he deserves a lot of credit. That's a kid that just turned 17, like a week or two ago. He's willing to put in the work, someone that I can work with. And I think what you've seen is you've seen someone who's come into the role we've asked him to do, which is hit first and be reliable and be consistent.
Ninja has been awesome. He's been a great builder for us. Yeah, he joined us as soon as he could, right at the beginning, or towards the beginning of the season. Just a great builder, great attacker, a lot of variety. Really knows how to break down bases, and can't really pin him down to one certain attack type that he's going to use.
I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but that kid's going to be giving problems on this circuit well after I'm gone.
Swifty is amazing. He knows how to listen, and he does well listening. So with our experience of the other players on the team, we are able to just give him plans, and he is able to execute them well.
I said it 2 seasons ago when he came in here that you guys are going to watch him grow up, and that's what we love about this event too.
Rookie of the year would definitely have to be Ninja. He just turned 17, 16, so yeah, he's crazy for his age.
I'm never not going to pick or root for my guys.
Smokey Bear's out there talking about watching these players grow up. This is where you grow up. And at the end of the day, talk about stuff to prove these guys are literally tied in some of these stats.
Eric, have you ever seen stats this close for rookies?
Yeah, that's pretty insane here. And imagine being so young and getting this kind of international attention. Like, this is insane that these players are so young and so talented.
Well, one of the great things about playing on LAN is, well, the players are actually here. So we've seen the numbers, we've seen what everybody else has to say. What do Ninja and Swifty have to say for themselves? Let's join our 4th member of the broadcast team, Gabby Durden, on stage with the Young Guns.
Thank you so much, Tom. I am Gabby Durden, and I am stoked to be joining you from the stage and the ground floor throughout the entirety of our Snapdragon Pro Series. And you know we had to get some words from the rookies before they face off later on today. I'm going to start with you, Swifty. I got a chance to catch up with you and the rest of the team yesterday. Smokey Bear was talking about how much of a pleasure it has been to watch your growth and the brightness of your future. What are your greatest learnings since starting your play last season and now playing with Empire?
Having a team with so many experienced players, it's been great learning from them and being able to keep calm under pressure and learn different strategies from them as well.
I'm sure that keeping calm under pressure is very important in this LAN environment. And I know many are excited to see you here at the LAN. Ninja, not many were surprised by the fact that you debuted so swiftly after becoming eligible. What is it about you as a player that allows you to keep up with the veterans on your team, both of you being surrounded by veterans?
So basically, it's basically because of my teammates, and they be giving me confidence and everything. So, you know, during the matches, they don't let me get nervous or whatever, and they just keep me calm, and that's what allows me to do good.
Calmness seems to be the name of the game with you two here today. Ninja, I'm going to let you kick it off. Any last words or sentiments that you would like to share with Swifty before you face off later today?
Nah, man, I mean, he's doing great as well, and he's also a rookie. So, you know, best of luck, bro.
Any response?
Just good luck and keep doing good.
Good vibes here on the stage. Of course, that won't be happening until later on today. We do have one war to get through first. So, Dusk, why don't you set us up for it?
Glad to actually talk to these guys. Nin's got some swag, you know. I like to see him out here kind of doing it. But one of the things that I noticed about these guys is they absolutely give credit to their squads. This is a team sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 people here. I mean, the rookies are looking really good, but ultimately they know that it's a team effort to get that victory.
And it's also nice to see the camaraderie even across the teams, through all the teams, through Clash of Clans Esports. It's just a very tight-knit community.
Well, it's wonderful that we've set the table, but as we said, this is going to be a long weekend of competition. So let's get into it. Our first matchup is going to be 50 Shades of Hog going up against Aphelion Esports. This squad has been pretty accomplished, and Damien right there in the middle. He's a big part of this team. We talk about him being the heart and soul.
Yeah, absolutely. This team is really good. Our number 2 seed here, they came into the season and they were, I don't want to say up and down, but they did have like a moment of struggle, but they bounced back really strong and ended up with that 2nd seed.
I was saying from the start, I was saying they were in my top 3 to make it go through. I was saying Empire, I was saying United Gaming, I was saying Aphelion, and then the last spot was a wild card there, but Aphelion definitely delivered on my expectations here to ride to the stage today, and I think they're definitely one of those teams that will always be sitting on the sidelines but never actually getting that trophy in the past, but maybe this is their season to change that and change their outlook.
Well, one of their leaders on the server is usually Damien, and this is really interesting. We're just kind of getting this through, so the stats, fantastic, and we'll touch them. But the bigger story right now, look at him. He's in the coach position. He's not going to be attacking today, or at least right in this war. He is going to be playing coach role for the squad.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Damien really brings the energy to that squad, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But their opponents here, 50 Shades of Hog, these guys have a fun, unique story. They kind of came in and played spoiler, but Eric, we know they can show up.
Yeah, you have a lot of seasoned players on this team here. They're playing under kind of a meme name with a meme jersey with big ol' on there. You know, like that's always a good sign right there. So we like to see that energy and that fun in a team. And obviously they got the talent to back it up.
Yeah, I like watching these guys play. They're really fun. And they showed throughout the whole season, when it matters, they're going to put up some stars.
Absolutely. This is a stacked team. They have a lot of seasons under their belt here with a lot of players who've come very close to making it into championship victories in the past, and we could definitely see them take it in this competition today.
Well, it's been 4 weeks of competition. They've been up and down, like you said, but this squad, now that they're at LAN, they're coming off of the biggest win of their career.
The match against United Gaming was the most important match for us because that was a make or break type situation. So we really had our base building and our reporting reviews, so we needed to see what attacks they were using, and we tailored our bases specifically for United Gaming. And it really showed in terms of our defensive stats, and on the offensive stats, we made sure we friendly challenged and really caught up on all the new meta attacks, and that definitely showed from the score that we put up.
I think my favorite moment in Season 3 was probably just that last match versus United Gaming, because, I mean, we all knew the stakes were so high, so coming into that final attack, United Gaming had the 5th attack in the war, the final attack in the war. So we knew going to the final attack that we had already won because Easy clutched up in the 9th attack and won us the war. So at that point, we were just really had high spirits because we qualified.
So one of the things that I learned from San Diego is to not fall for the pressure of the crowd, and just to not get nervous and just play our own game. That's what I hope to bring here today.
So we have stayed under everyone's radar because we're pretty much the only team that hasn't been playing so many other wars. We haven't been streamed, and we're not an organization. So we're hoping to prove that we can come out and win, and just as good as any other organization.
I can't stress enough how different this experience is playing at LAN versus playing at home. And Spizik, I think, really nailed it. One of the cool things about our Snapdragon Pro Series is that now it's sort of a reliable season. Spizik was in San Diego. He has this experience. And we're going to take a look at the numbers between these two teams. But I think there's a lot of intangibles when it comes to this experience and just been here before.
Yeah, I mean, seeing all these people funneling in here, you're going to have a live crowd. On paper here, it looks like Aphelion has a slight edge, but I mean, realistically, it's not much of an edge, Eric. This could be anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, Aphelion has played very, very strong there, but then 50 Shades of Hogs has a lot of momentum coming off that big win against United Gaming. So, I mean, they're the wild card, I feel like, in this competition today.
Absolutely, there is a ton of there's a ton of money on the table. There's a ton of clout on the table, and honestly, the way the Clash of Clans community talks, you have to win this weekend. Now, as far as the conversation is concerned up here, it's been great talking to you guys, but I want to hear from the fans that are watching at home. Jump up in the Twitch chat. Let me know who you're rooting for, whether it's Aphelion or if you're behind the 50 Shades of Hog guys. Either way, you're watching, and I'm down. But we've done a bunch of talking. I think it's time to get attacking. We've got Eric and Badge on the call for war number 1, Aphelion and 50 Shades of Hog. I'll see you after the war.
PAX West, it's time to crown your Season 3 Snapdragon Pro Series champion. This is war number 1 of many. This is looking to be an excellent matchup.
Gotta make it through this upper bracket. If you survive in the upper bracket through the semifinals match, you save yourself some headache later on. They have double elimination, so they need to survive until the end, and if they can make it through in the upper bracket, they have less chances to get knocked out in that lower bracket where they'll have to play additional matches.
Right, double elimination here. Spiz is going to start us off. It looks like we got Electro Dragons. Spiz was at DreamHack, so he is a little bit more seasoned to this live LAN event. Starting off with that Flame Flinger. Flame Flinger is going to go ahead and throw those Fire Spirits. You got to really just be careful of Mortars, Expos, and the Monolith for that Flame Flinger. Now, we do have a Mortar kind of tucked in there, so he's going to have to keep an eye on that, but it looks like he's going to run the Electro Dragons right through the Town Hall.
Just enough rocket blows down there to try to get to the air defense there, but took a little bit too much fire on the approach there and does not get that air defense down. That's going to be a little bit of an issue on his left side funnel if he intends to go right through the Town Hall. But look at the sweepers on the base here. We have sweepers that are both facing away from the Town Hall, so that means he's probably going to go right through the Town Hall and then have the heroes wrap around the backside. Not a bad approach here, and we'll see how far he can make as here comes the Dragons, and they're going to range him up immediately with the Warden ability delayed for now.
And the nice thing is, the Electro Dragons move so fast, he can take his time with that Flame Flinger. He can let that Flame Flinger get some of those targets out. Now he's just going to go ahead and work these Electro Dragons right up through the middle, through that Town Hall, rage them up, use the freezes, use those skeleton spells just to kind of support as he makes this big push through this heavy core.
A couple of traps going off onto these E-Drags while they're under the Ward ability's protection. A couple of light CC troops came out there, but the rest of the CC that was inside will go down with the CC building. That eliminates a lot of threat on the back side of the base here, but into that Monolith, taking a lot of losses after he passes through that Town Hall, and that Monolith ends up staying standing. That thing hits like a truck. You got to be very, very careful. That could be very dangerous for his heroes as they wrap around the left side.
Monolith deals more damage the more the hit points the troop has. So those kings, the queens, even the E-Drags have quite a bit of hit points, so that Monolith hits them very, very hard. Now it's going to be on the heroes to work through here, and I don't think this really is going the way that Spiz was hoping it would, as everything kind of faded out in the middle. He hit a bunch of traps in there. The few CC troops weren't really an issue, but man, he just kind of got held up in the middle of the base.
Yeah, got to get some very key targets down there when you do the Electro Dragons, and the miss in the Monolith there was the first sign of this attack going a little bit south. But now that the World Champion is turning north and going directly into the defensive World Champion, Rage Tower active, and the defensive World Champion is inside of the Rage Tower, quickly snipes off his, and this one is getting shut down. Good base building over there from Aphelion Esports, and you know that when you see a big defense like this, that they definitely came prepared today.
Spiz normally way stronger with the E-Drags, but this one does not go his way. It's going to work up. He's going to try to get it to 80%, and it may get there. He does have a couple minions working. That's just going to be a matter of time. He will get that Elixir Collector out. So it's not the end of the world here, Eric. 80% is still very manageable. It's not a huge miss. It's not a strong start, but it's kind of in that spot where they just need a defense and they're still alive.
Yeah, I usually say 80% is the minimum mark that you want to reach there if you're going to end up with a miss. Ideally, we keep them at the 90s if we don't get the 3-star, but an 80 is manageable, so not a bad start here. But when you're on the stage and you got all the lights in your face there and everybody's watching, and you're attacking the very first attack of the war with only 8 minutes to plan, you don't have a lot of time to think about it, and you're still letting the nerves settle from being on the stage as well. So a very challenging position to start in.
I think that's one thing people don't realize. When we do these esports wars, it's a 45-minute war, but the first attack has to come in at 37 minutes. So you really got to get that quick plan in and just send it. And sometimes it goes better than others. And here we just see right in the middle of this base, everything held these Electro Dragons up. The funnel on that south side wasn't established as much as he would like to, so he lost a couple E-Dragons down there, and that led to this one just kind of fizzling out really early.
Yeah, also the defensive World Champion and the defensive Queen were a little bit far from the entry there, so the E-Dragons were not able to get quick access to them, which is usually one of the things we're looking for with that attack. But now Dobbs Ben going to be making the first strike here for Aphelion Esports. It looks like he's going with a attack that's been sweeping the current meta. It's Super Barbarians. Open up with a Yeti Blimp, and then he can follow up with a Queen Charge. But in this attack, a lot of times, we put all of our eggs in one basket with this Queen Charge. Like, she has to take out the majority of the base to be able to have a chance to make this go through.
And as he's getting going here, let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsor over at Snapdragon Elite Gaming. When winning matters, make sure you're thinking Snapdragon Elite Gaming. Huge shout out to them for putting on this tournament. But let's see what Dobbs Ben can do here. And as he works through, it looks like the Queen's starting to push up through the middle and start charging into this base, and he'll have those Super Barbarians to kind of support here.
Just trying to get the Queen to stay away from the monolith there. Looks like she should stay on the left side. He's already got a funnel on the outside. Just trimming out the exterior with the balloons, with Super Barbarians. And that's the biggest advantage of using Super Barbarians. Not only are they just a very strong back-end support troop there, but they're also one of the strongest bundling troops in the game. And to have that many on standby to be able to react to emergencies and make sure that the Queen goes exactly where you want her to go is a very big deal. And that's why they are sweeping the meta so hard right now.
With only 5 housing space, you can put a lot of Barbarians in there for not a lot of investment. Queen goes ahead and takes down that Town Hall. Remember, the Town Hall is one of those stars, so you'll get a star for getting the Town Hall at 50%, and then obviously the third star is for completely destroying the base at 100%. King and Warden working through that right side. Now the Royal Champion's going to sweep up the middle of the base. Queen's trying to stay alive over here. She's into a little bit of pressure, but she's doing her best to hang on. Still has quite a bit of barbs and the Royal Champion's ability, so this one's still got a chance.
Yeah, but he's taking a lot of damage to the healers there, and the Queen had used up 3 freezes to lock out that multi-inferno. She finally steps over there, finally locks onto it, finally takes it down, and this Queen is actually surviving. He got the defensive Queen down, he got the distraction in the area, the headhunters were giving him the protection that he needs. The Royal Champion steps through, picks up the scatter shot, and Dobbs Ben will pick up the first triple of the war.
Not only do we have player cams, we have him live here in the arena. I love seeing it. Congrats to Dobbs Ben, the first 3-star of our challenge finals. The Queen walked Super Barbarian attack, very well executed. You're right, Eric. These Super Barbs, it's not a lot of investment, but these guys are beefy enough that you can really just control the whole attack with just a few troops.
Yeah, he puts so much into that Queen, though. Like I said, it's a lot into the investment of the Queen there, and being able to put all those extra freezes to have the insight to be able to keep the healers alive, even though the Queen was distracted heavily for that area for a very long time, and just keep pumping freezes into that multi-inferno to keep the Queen alive and moving so she can clear the left side of the base there. And that makes all the difference in the world right there, because the Super Barbs, they don't really need that much spell support, so everything's going to the Queen.
Yeah, it was really well done. Really well done. I like that one, man. A lot of times we're seeing that heavy like super archer blimp or even super minion blimp with these super barbs, but I like this little Queen charge here. It was really well done, and just run that Royal Champion up the middle. Like, the plan was just really well there, and that's what this Aphelion team does. They really are good at dissecting a base, breaking it down, and after they do that, they can execute.
Well, on top of that, that's their first attack of the war with the least amount of time to plan and think about what you're going to do there. So that's where players who push in Legend League have that advantage, where they are able to quickly identify a weakness on the base there and then strike at it. But it's a big pickup right there. It's a lead. It's, what, 20 buildings up on the war there to start us off there. So a significant lead there, but nothing that we can't see overcome there by 50 Shades of Hog.
And Dobbs has kind of really came into his own this season. Just wanted to point that out. He's had a really strong season. We're going to have Nick up from 50 Shades of Hog next, and it looks like we got Queen Charge into Super Dragons. Quite a bit of spells will go into this Queen Charge, making sure she's going to charge in and try to get this Town Hall, but there is a long path to get there. So he's going to have to set this up. Look how much pressure this Queen's already under.
Yeah, all the ground skellies, all the Teslas. Not having that Rage Tower activated yet is a very big deal right now, so he can take off some of the damage there before he makes approach into that area. But getting the Coco Loons down, making sure to put a balloon out in front of the healers so that you can, I guess, get out of there.
Yoink! He's gone, Eric.
I guess she's just get out. I didn't even realize he had a recall on
Yeah, I
it,
didn't
but I
see
guess it
it.
makes sense.
Yeah, the recall spell will pull the queen and 4 of those healers out of there, and then you can place her anywhere else you want on the base that is a deployable zone. So he puts her on the opposite side to start the funnel from there, which is going to set this funnel for the Super Dragons, really nicely. Now that you're going to have that similar approach to Spizz's attack, where they can just push right through the middle and right through this Town Hall.
Now, Nick's a very seasoned player here. There's no lack of experience with him. And as he pushes his way towards the Town Hall, he has not popped the Warden ability yet. He's just waiting for the Dragons to regroup a little bit there, then waiting for the Queen. Oh, nice Queen. I like this. The Warden ability caught the Queen right there. And so he doesn't have to invest another Rage, or I guess he's out of Rages now. More invisibilities or invisibility to keep her alive. He takes the Town Hall down, but there's still a lot of base left. And I am a little bit concerned about what he does with the CC and how he handles that. We got to watch the damage that'll be on the Queen there when she pulls out whatever remains inside.
The Flinger's working at the bottom. All the Super Dragons just kind of split off. The King is trying to push that Queen inside here so she can deal with that Clan Castle, but he doesn't have any wall breaks, no jumps left. So he's going to have to send the Royal Champion in there, I think, for the Monolith and let the Queen kind of sweep around the outside. But I think he's waiting to pull whatever is in that CC so that the Queen can deal with it. But watch these healers, Eric. The multi-target Inferno beams are on the healers.
Yeah, but he's got the King right up there. Here comes the CC. It looks like it's CC. Okay, he goes ahead and makes his Queen go invisible so he can get over to the multi-Inferno a little bit faster. The King surges around. I don't know if he needs to save the healers or not here to have a chance to pull through, but he's got all the defenses there mostly tanked, and so his Road Champion has a little bit of room to work with, but lost his King as he goes to Phoenix. Finally got less of the Ice Golems down, and he's down to 30 seconds. I kind of wonder if he needed to put the Road Champion to the far left side to just start to collapse in all the trash in that area there to get the time done before he runs out.
I think he was worried about that Monolith taking his Queen down, though, but the Queen is going to be stuck in a wall, so it wouldn't matter too much anyways. World Champion throws the Seeking Shield, and time is becoming a huge factor here for Nick. Trying to stick with it, trying to get this one as close to a 3-star as possible. He definitely doesn't have enough time, and I don't know if that Royal Champion's going to have enough health to get through the scatter shot. It's going to be a mid-90s attack, but 50 Shades of Hogs are still going to trail as this one does not get the 3-star.
Not easy to take down these enormous bases at Town Hall 15. They're very challenging, but a lot of the things that these players are having to watch is just managing the clock, and that's not an easy thing to do when you have so much going on, especially when you're trying to set up a recall portion at the start of the attack there as well. And that just eats up a lot of time to initially get your troops into the core of the base there so you can actually wipe it out.
Yeah, it was tough. The Queen ran into a lot of pressure early also. I think that was a big issue. It seemed like the Dragons right here, they all split up. They do what they're supposed to. They all kind of split up and lose that packing and lose the extra hit points from the Warden. It was really nice to get the Queen inside that Warden ability, but ultimately time is a big factor in any of these attacks. We see it time and time again where the time fails us, but on this one I think just that last compartment was too much to overcome.
Interesting choices with his pets there. Usually we see the people, when they do dragon attacks in general, put the Phoenix onto the Warden. He decided to run Electric Owl and keep the Phoenix on the King. So sometimes the Warden, if you're pushing in dragon attacks, there can get a lot of extra value under that Phoenix there. And usually if you're dive bombing to the core of the base like that with anything, then the Phoenix can do a really good job onto those heroes, and he chose not to.
Skelly Donut?
Yeah, it looks like it. Skelly Donut with Goblins and Mass Hog Riders. Love to see some bacon. Let's see what he can do here as the Skeleton spells and Bat spells will go after the Multi-Inferno and the CC. Also looking to try to pick up that Expo up there as well, which could take out a lot of the initial damages as heroes made their approach into the Town Hall.
So if you don't know, if that Clan Castle is taken out before the troops are pulled, no troops are going to come out of it. That building is down. The Expo did go down as well. So it gets a lot of those key point defenses out of the way early, especially when you're dealing with the Hogs. You don't want those to be an issue. Going to go ahead and drop the Battle Blimp over to take out that Monolith so he doesn't have to worry about that. And then the heroes should come in here and deal with this Town Hall without too much issue. A lot of those heavy defenses are down. The Clan Castle is down. And then you can sweep through the backside. I'm thinking 3 to 6 or even 9 to 6 will work out either way depending on where the heroes go with the Hog Riders.
Yeah, notice how all the Town Hall compartment is on every side has openings in the walls there. And so you'll notice that when he started in that attack, he dropped in a wall breaker that was completely unprotected. So it would go in and drop his bomb into a very opportune position to make so the Queen could just walk into that top corner without having to rely on wonky pathing to try to actually duck in there and secure the town hall. So very, very smart little plays right there that add up and make so that the heroes go exactly where you want them to go. But at the same time, the King over the left side of the base there dives in and gets the defensive Queen out of the way there and picks up the scatter shot. So here comes the Hogs charging the Rage Tower, and the Eagle Artillery is the priority.
That was really nice padding there on the King. The enemy Queen kind of pulled him back in. Now the Hogs can actually sweep through without having to worry about going through that Queen compartment. They can go right into that Eagle Artillery. And the main issue here is going to be the Royal Champion here on the back side. He does have a Headhunter. He's got free spells. That looks like the Headhunter was just deployed to try to work in towards that Royal Champion as everything goes through. Oh, actually, maybe the enemy King there. I didn't realize the enemy King pedestal was right there in the middle of this compartment. So he'll have to rely on his Royal Champion and that Poison Lizard to get through the defending Royal Champion.
Yeah, luckily everybody's regrouping and go to the outside of the base here first, but that Ground Expo up by where the Town Hall was is still hammering away here. It's locked onto his Royal Champion, whittling her down very heavily there, but he's also got the I guess it's on the Poison Lizard, but he got the defensive Royal Champion out of the way there, so he may have a chance here. He's got an RC ability, pops it now, it goes and hits that Expo there, but leaves the Arch Tower on the outside of the base. He steps his way in, Diggy taking stuns, Ground Skellies, it's a very bad time for Ground Skellies, and the Royal Champion goes down.
King is still very healthy here, 35 seconds, there's plenty of time. He's got minions working at the bottom. The rest of this base is open. If the King can avoid some Skellies here, this one's not over yet, Eric. Don't write it off, it's close.
Yeah.
Max hoping the King can get through here and tank so that, the minions he needed for the cleanup, that's gonna be a big issue. He's not gonna have a way to get to that spell tower compartment.
Yeah, needed some kind of something that could reach over the walls there, so he's gonna end up falling short very, very close on this one. There's the tornado trap, slowed him down even more, and it looks like he'll step into that Expo and leave it standing, 97%. But remember, they already got the 1 triple before that, and even though they end up with the miss on this one, their percentage is very, very high there, so they're gonna have an advantage regardless.
Yeah, that actually puts them up 5 more buildings, so they're up 25% along with that extra star. So Aphelion is looking really good. And check this out, guys. Our performance meter on the device that the players are using, registering 116 FPS. Man, huge shout out to our sponsors for providing these awesome devices for the players here today. And man, Aphelion is looking like they're in a commanding spot. 25%, star up already. 50 Shades of Hog really needs a strong attack.
Yeah, you got to respond now, and got to do it quickly here. We got to see, I hope some Hogs. I hope the team whose mascot is the Hog Rider plays some Hogs. And nope, they're going to go with Super Bowlers on this one here. And Super Bowlers, there's a couple different ways that we can do this. Usually they go in on the opposite side of the Town Hall and prioritize the Eagle Artillery. But Coleman looking like he's getting ready for, I can't even tell if he's going to go through the Town Hall or off to the right side and go north. I feel like he needs to go north, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but it seems like he's setting up that funnel to work right through, like a jump over that King pedestal.
Right.
Gives him access to the Town Hall, and then he can jump to the Clan Castle. But he could easily switch this and go right in towards those 2 mortars over there on the right-hand side, and then jump through. So he's got option. Oh, jump goes down. He's going right through the middle, Eric.
I don't know how I feel about this, Bash. Like, usually...
With Super Bowlers, it's tough, man.
Well, usually we're trying to avoid the Town Hall poison, and also you have the Poison Tower on top of that. So you have a lot of potential threats to the healers right here. On top of, as you come off the Town Hall, we usually see a bunch of red air bombs, because that's where a lot of these base builders like to sack their red air bombs, but also a lot of dragon attacks go through this area as well, so you could be dealing with black air bombs. I'm very, very concerned about the healers, and if the healers survive here, and he has them alive when he reaches the Eagle Artillery, this could definitely triple, but if they don't survive, he's going to be in a world of hurt.
This is going to be tough. This is the moment right here as the bowlers get the Town Hall down. The Warden ability will be executed right there. It goes off the Warden's Eternal Tome, looking to protect some of these healers, protect those Super Bowlers. He does have Coco Loons out in front, but it's Ice Golems out of the Clan Castle. When those Ice Golems are defeated, they freeze up everything within that little radius. He's got a strong push through here. It looks like a lot of the bowlers survived, Eric. So I think he's got to push through here if he can keep everything raged.
Yeah, but he's starting to take scatter shot fire from his flank there. He got the one scatter shot on the left side of the base there, down with the Flame Flinger. The champ dives out of the other one there, and the healers did end up surviving. I think those Ice Golems actually worked to his advantage by delaying his push through the Town Hall and giving the Town Hall poison time to fade. And so he's transferred it over to a Queen charge now, but there's still a lot of base on the left side. We see the defensive Grand Warden, all the Teslas, we got double cannons up there. Like, there's an enormous amount of damage up there, and he's running low on resources.
All right, here we go. Let's see if he can finish off Coleman. Oh, man, it had a strong start, Eric, but it just fizzled up. A lot of times we see the attacks start on this side and work through the other side, and we have, like, this remaining behind the Town Hall, but now we have this remaining on the opposite side of the Town Hall. Man, 50 Shades of Hog, just not their day so far. These attacks just falling short, not going the way that they planned. We've seen them execute all these attacks they've ran today. We've seen them 3-star with all these attacks, but this goes to speak to Aphelion's base building team. Coming in prepared, they did their homework, and they were ready for these attacks.
I also think it also has to do with the nerves of playing on the stage here. You know, you're playing in front of a lot of people, and going with that extremely safe approach, because we've now seen an Electro Dragon, a Super Dragon, and now a Bowler attack that all went directly through the Town Hall. They're seeming to not be willing to take any risk yet, and I feel like they're going to have to break that mindset here if they start to fall behind and actually take some risk and come in opposite the Town Hall, and that could be what ends up doing them in here.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw down to Gabby. She's got an interview with Agent 33.
Thank you. As you just heard, I have Agent 33. You will be playing later on today. But first off, I want to get your thoughts on this match thus far. What has been going on in this war, and how do you think these teams have been playing?
Aphelion's bases look really strong, and their attacks have both been really strong as well. So it looks like they're going to be taking it, but you never know what can happen in the last couple. We're definitely looking forward to our potential next match against them. Hopefully we are able to win our match and have a second one today.
And it does sound like Aphelion has done a lot of specific prep for this particular war and making adaptations. When it comes to you and the rest of United, how much were you preparing for individual opponents as opposed to just the event at large?
Yeah, we really tried to prepare for each specific opponent. We've faced all these teams a lot, so we have a lot of information on them and an idea of how they're going to attack, and we tried to really customize our bases for them.
Looking forward to see that customization right on the big stage. Best of luck to you, and thank you for joining me for the interview.
All right, guys, BJG came in with a Battle Blimp that fell short here. He did use some lightning to zap out. I think he was trying to send the Battle Blimp for the Town Hall, but I didn't see it if a Seeking Air Mine hit it, but it did fall short.
I don't think he did. I think he actually was doing that on purpose to get the Multi-Inferno down and then use the lightning and then the blimp to connect to the hole created by the lightning to set up his hero pathing to go in here. I think this is actually going as he intended to, Bash.
Oh, okay. It was a little interesting here. It's hard when we get the split screen, but you're right, Town Hall falls down. So yeah, let's just go with he planned this the whole time.
Yeah, I think he did actually, but he is going to run into a different problem, however, and that is that the CC never really got fully pulled here. We saw a couple of archers that came out of there, and with the King and the Royal Champion and the Queen all deploying and staying very, very far away from the CC. Maybe he's banking and taking a little bit of a risk here, thinking that there's not going to be an air targeted CC, and there is! Super minions pop out, and that can cause some very, very big problems here.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a way to deal with these super minions. This is going to be tough. He does use the Warden ability through here. Ooh, Tornado Trap is going off. Also, all these balloons are going to be bunched up, so they're going to take a lot of damage if there's any traps, but it looks like they got through all the traps there, but now the balloon's split, and this one is falling. This might be the opening that 50 Shades needed. If they can hold this around the 70% mark, they gain a lot of percent back. Well, there's 70 right there. He's still alive, though. He's got a lot of balloons coming through the bag.
He does, but he's going to be facing the sweeper and going to the Multi-Inferno. Electric Owl. I think this Electric Owl taking chains off of the... Oh, he almost got that Monolith down with Electric Owl. That would have been very, very clutch right there if he ended up getting that, but... Yeah, he did get the super minions dealt with there. That ended up not being a problem there. He got the protection they need. He had the poison in a good spot, but you're right. He just ended up coming out of that protection of the ward ability, and he rapidly lost a lot of troops there. It was kind of a wide area that he split, where he had the entire right side of the base there and the core of the base that he still had to deal with. And when you had the balloons separated into multiple packs like that, they started to get picked off rather quickly.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much balloons he had in reserve here. This one looking like it might get to 87, 88%. So 50 Shades will gain a few percent back, but they are still down, what, 25%? So they may gain 3 or 4% back here. They're ultimately going to need some 3 stars here in the 4 and 5 slot.
Yeah, I feel like they need to stop playing so conservatively. I feel like they're playing extra conservative here, and it might be time to start lifting that and start to take risks.
Full send, baby. Send those attacks in. I mean, it is the first war of the whole tournament here today. So you're right. Maybe they're playing it safe, not really looking to take those big risks. But you're right. Sometimes you have to make those big risks and get rewarded with it. Aphelion moves to 21% advantage here and a star up. 50 Shades of Hog with the 3-star here could really kind of close that gap if they can get another defense. So this is still anyone's war, but man, they got to make it happen right now.
Yeah, I just got to see, just stick to the fundamentals. They're very seasoned players here, and I understand the nerves of playing on the big stage here can definitely get to you. And I think 50 Shades of Hog has the least stages experience out of all the teams here today. Yeah. So I want to see them break that. They got to get comfortable up there, and they need to get comfortable very, very quick because they're going to be running out of opportunities here shortly.
They still have some really strong attackers, though. Let's not write off who they have left here. Their roster is really, really stacked. They are holding a little bit here, but they're going to need a big defense ultimately as well. Loch Ness is coming in next, and it looks like we got to zap Lalo, similar to what we just saw from BJG, but it looks like he's going to bring those heroes in. Eric, this is that attack where we talked about, we see in Legends a lot, zapping out one of those multi-target Infernos on the outside of the base. Well, I guess he didn't zap out multi here. Zapped out an Expo and some damage over there. Maybe the Rage Tower, and then
Scatter. You want Scatter Shot, Expo, and the Rage Tower.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And now we can put the Log Launcher to go and charge into the core of the base there. Maybe get that multi-throw down if drop some Yetis out there, but he needs to get the heroes to stay protected here, keep the Log Launcher protected. Notice how he's got the Golem on the left side, the King on the right side, and then the Log Launcher, the Queen go right in between them into the gut of the base there. And here comes the CC pull. Looks like Log Launcher is taking out a handful of the CC troops there. If we can find any headhunters and launch them out the board there, that'd be a big deal, but it's Ice Golems to pop out. And that's going to stall him up there as he ends up fighting off the Ice Golems with his Yetis. And his Queen's kind of split off to the far right side of the base there. But that might be a good thing because she can help get the defensive Queen down potentially.
Yeah, Queen has to push in here, not follow the King in. It looks like the Royal Champion is working through here as well, looking to get that multi-target Inferno down. He's going to have to send the Lalo probably right over the Town Hall here, join up with these heroes. All right, here we go. Lalo's coming in right now. Loch Ness looking to take a little bit more risk here, Eric. This isn't one of those conservative attacks. This is definitely something a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion, but he's still got to deal with this Town Hall. If he gets through the Town Hall, there's not a whole lot aside from that Royal Champion and the multi.
And Loch Ness has a lot more. I think he's one of the most seasoned players on this team here, aside from Nick, and so he definitely has that competitive experience and can play under this kind of pressure, and he's proven it right here as he pushes his way through the Town Hall, pops that ward ability, protects the Lava Hound, and timed that Lava Hound so that it would actually get protected while he was protecting balloons through the Town Hall. Here comes the headhunters in from the very bottom base there. They were able to power past the defensive hero there, so he's not got no heroes. He got that invisibility protecting his approach on the multi-inferno. That multi goes down. He's got it. No, he never got the Royal Champion down. How did she stay standing?
I don't think the headhunters made it through there. I think he wanted to time the headhunters up, but they didn't make it through in time. Oh man, this was looking really good, but that multi and the Royal Champion, that compartment I spoke of, ultimately decides this attack, and it's going to be another defense for Aphelion. Aphelions' bases are looking so strong here today.
Yeah, that's a very, very popular attack that a lot of the top Legend League pushers in the world are using right now. And it almost worked if he would have got the multi down, but I don't know what happened with that Royal Champion. Like, he had the headhunters rolling through, but usually we like to put the headhunters under the ward ability. I did notice that he put the Hound and the balloons under the ward ability, but he didn't put the headhunters. He delayed them and sent them in from the left side, and they just never were able to arrive to that target, and that Royal Champion ends up claiming a lot of balloons right there.
I think the Tornado Trap kind of messed with that a little bit because he had the tornadoes spinning the balloons around the Town Hall, so he had to kind of delay that Warden ability a little bit longer than he wanted to, so that might have threw him for a little bit of a loop, but it's 86%. Ultimately, they're going to need a big defense here, and then they're going to have to 3-star in their final attack. Ultimately, they want this to be less than 86% from Aphelion, but so far, Aphelion's misses have been in the 90s.
Yeah, and when you're coming to this as the underdog team there over 50 Shades of Hog, like you're already playing a little bit of a mental uphill battle with that. especially when you got Aphelion on the other side of the board here. But yeah, this is I do like that they were willing to take the extra risk here to make sure that they didn't play so safe that they reduced their chances of getting the 3-star. But I feel like the last attack here is just going to have to be a Hail Mary to try to take the win.
All right, let's see what they can bring to the table, but ultimately they have to defend first. And man, this Aphelion squad, I said it at the opener of the show, I think this is some of the moves they made in the offseason, I feel like this lineup is well-rounded. And this is an attacker I wanted to talk about, Peivu. One of the stronger Queen Charge players in our whole tournament and our whole competition. He's coming in with Queen Charge Hog Riders. So far, he does have that Battle Drill selected. That thing is really fun. Every time it pops up, it's going to stun. But let's see what Peivu can do. He can get really creative with these Queen Charges.
Looks like the Queen is going to be going to the outside of the Town Hall right here, just trying to reach in there and get a couple of key targets, but you can see that he has a recall spell, and so he can extract that Queen out of there, trying to not go to ability right there. Really right in the line, but keeps under control there, and then as soon as the Queen comes out of invisibility, get her out of there, and redeploy to the right side of the base.
Oh, that was intense, but like I said, Peivu, man, he understands how this Queen's going to behave, what he needs to do to get all the objectives he's going for here ultimately. So I really love watching him do a Queen Charge. Now he repositions that Queen to kind of work into the middle of the base. He's going to use that King to take out that top compartment, so the Queen's just going to go right in that middle alley. King needs to hurry up though, because Queen is going inside here.
Yeah, needs to get the Queen to take the turn in the multi-inferno on the far left side of the base there, but maybe the King on defense there can stall her up just long enough. If she could just circle out and chase that King down, that'd be fantastic. But no, this Queen doesn't want to play here. And actually, Bash, she's actually kind of toying with a 1-star risk right now with this Queen not cooperating. So I feel like at this point, this is exactly what 50 Shades of Hog needed. Nick is looking to potentially pick up the defense if Peivu can't figure this out and try to get this Queen back on track. Otherwise, we could see a swing of the war here potentially. And he'll have to, oh, okay, Queen circle him back. He's got her back under control. And she's going to the Town Hall. Oh, but her healers are getting targeted, and they're under range. The multi-inferno did a ton of damage here. Peivu might be in a lot of trouble.
Wow, the patience here on the Queen. Is he starting to hog? Oh my goodness, he's starting the hogs on the opposite side. Queen does lock onto the Town Hall now. She has ability, so Town Hall will be secured. Man, this is what I'm talking about though. Peivu had the patience to let the Queen do what she needed to. Bounce out, go get the Town Hall, go get the multi, deal with the CC. Now the hogs are sweeping through here. Peivu has recovered nicely on this attack.
Wow.
The biggest issue is time. 45 seconds and 40% of the base is now remaining.
Yeah, I like that the Queen got that extra, that wall break by the Town Hall, by that Rage Tower, and that gave her a lot of extra access. But even to the left side of the base here, we got all the Teslas popping up here. We got Crown Scale, he's traps for days. He's trying to push through, modified away here, but he's got a lot of hogs out in front, shielding his royal champion. Is she alive? No, she went down. He's losing troops here. 80% is achieved, but the battle drill's still moving. And maybe that battle drill can open up here and draw the attention of the Warden and keep this moving. He actually still has a chance. Super Hogs popping out of there, and he'll keep on moving.
Oh man, do these hogs get through here, Eric? Ultimately 5 seconds remaining, he's not gonna have enough. But they're still gonna gain more percentage on this. That Queen taking that little detour ultimately cost him here because he had enough, I think, to get through it. It's 92% for Peivu. They gained 6 more percent. Man, that one was emotional all over the place. But let's take a quick moment because we have an awesome raffle going on right now. So check it out for your chance to win a Snapdragon exclusive Razor Keyshades and Clash of Clans statues. Type !PAX if you're watching online or scan the QR code that's on the screen to get your entries in.
Absolutely. Huge giveaway right there. Huge war here. But we're coming down to the last couple of attacks here, and it's still up for grabs, but a big advantage remains into Aphelion Esports' favor. So we need to see a big defense from the Aphelion side here, and we'd have to see a big triple there from 50 Shades of Hog to swing this war right now, as Aphelion is just not giving them any wiggle room here. They're just keeping the pressure on all the way through.
Yeah, all the misses have been 90+% here. Easy has to 3-star here, and it's a Queen Charge, super barbarian attack. We do have a big battle blimp coming in early, but I don't see a ton of invisibilities or clones or anything like that. So it looks like the battle blimp will likely be something like Yetis or something to take down a compartment, maybe even swing in for the Town Hall. But he's got a ton of barbarians to support this Queen Charge.
Using that invisibility to push the Queen into the Eagle Artillery compartment as well. He's got no jump spells, so he's just going to have to get the wall breakers to lock onto the targets here and work. With Ice Golem will lead the charge into the base here. Comes the CC pull, getting a partial pull there. Just a couple archers are popping out. So a lot of defensive Clan Castle troops there remain. Here comes Rocket Balloons, and he's got the Ice Golems come out as well here, but it's a good spot to fight him. He's under relatively low damage, and the Rage Tower has faded now, so he can sustain even with the dual expos on him right now. So he's not in a bad spot. I kind of like this approach here, but a lot of times when we do these Queen charge into Super Barbarian attacks here, we are relying heavily on the Queen to actually be the one to secure the talent takedown, and she's kind of moving off to the right there. It's going to be a very long wraparound there if he actually intends for her to take it.
He does still have quite a bit to go here. He has those Barbarians, which can kind of dictate the attack. Only that 5 housing space, but these guys rage up when they're initially dropped, so they're going to have a little bit of extra firepower right away, so they can just be used to take out some of these extra buildings on the outside. Stuff like the gold mines, even the Archer Tower right there, they have no problem getting through that. Now he's going to go ahead and use the Battle Blimp with the Warden ability to take down the Town Hall. Warden ability barely catches that Battle Blimp. That was close.
Yeah, well, he's trying to wait for the Barbarians to spawn for the King ability, and he popped his ability with the King as the Blimp was sailing over, and he was able to get the protection that he needs right there. He's got a big swarm of Barbarians that are getting out in front of the Road Champion right now and giving her support. The King actually ended up going to the inside, though. He wrapped backwards and is now attacking walls. He ended up in a very, very poor position right there, and that could actually cost them their chance to win this war.
Man, that is tough. If the King wraps around and follows the Barbarians around, I still don't know how he's going to deal with that Monolith ultimately, but the King goes down because he's just a sitting target right there, and that Monolith's just like boom, boom, boom. Bigger shots there, taking that King down. Man, they needed the 3-star here, and this one's just not going to get through, I don't think.
I kind of wonder if the King would have wrapped south and continue to give the Road Champion extra support that she needed if he would have been able to pull through. But I do like that attack in general. I do like the Blimp going in and taking out the Town Hall into the Ward ability like that, because like that has all kinds of extra added benefits, like getting the Rage Towers to pre-trigger, and so that way when we finally make the other heroes into that area, then we have the Rage Towers already gone. But this one is going to ride up some percentage, but 50 Shades of Hog, you can definitely feel it, the nerves getting to them here on the big stage, and they are just not performing at the same levels that we saw them as they're playing through the challenge phase.
These Aphelion bases are tough, man. Don't write off the Aphelion defenses. Oh, I thought he was going to get that extra percentage. And ultimately, Aphelion holds perfect on defense. They only give up the 10-star war, and really all they need here is a 2-star to move on to the upper bracket finals.
Defensive shutout. It's hard to see sometimes, but that's the way the Talent 15 goes sometimes. Like, Talent 15 is very, very difficult. Usually a lot of the pro teams are hitting about that 30% hit rate there is about the international average here, and about the average of the top teams here in North America as well. So definitely underperform right there from 50 Shades of Hog, but we'll see if Aphelion can maybe put some pressure onto their next opponent by getting a big triple here to close out the war.
Well, it's really tough for 50 Shades of Hog. I was just going to say, you know, this is double elimination. Keep your heads up. They go on to play the loser of United versus Empire. So they're going to have a tough road ahead. I mean, I was talking to Spiz earlier, and he said they're very well prepared. Maybe some of those nerves showing. They're not going to back down. We've shown they can hang with United. They beat United to get here.
Exactly.
So they can hang with those top teams. But ultimately, we'll see that one, the lower bracket tomorrow. We'll see Aphelion a little bit later on today. We got another Super Barbarian attack here, man. Super Barb's running the meta right now.
Yeah, Super Barb's with the Queen charge once again, and another one attacking opposite of the Town Hall, but this one's a little bit more risky. Actually, Van is kind of risking the whole war on this attack right now, because you saw in that last one where the Blimp was what was the ward ability protection, what took the Town Hall. And this one here is relying 100% on this Queen charge to cross the entirety of this base to take the Town Hall. Is this really the time for this kind of risk?
Eric, you told him to get more aggressive.
Yeah, wrong team.
Ultimately, though, it's fine because they're still up 27%, so he only needs 74% 1-star attack to win the war. But it is a huge risk. This is, you know, where you just play it safe, get that Town Hall, get your 2-star, and move on.
Yeah, but I mean, it sends a message to the next team if he can pull this off here, if he takes that risk and then is able to end up getting a triple here and put his team up to 12 stars and pulling that 40% hit rate, which would be a very impressive thing to do on the stage here. So he's continuing this charge. He's actually set it up very, very nice. A solid funnel of the outside. Very clean funnel with the heroes on the inside. And now he's got tons of super barbarians supporting the world champion as she wraps in from the top corner.
Eric, I told you that Queen would have no problem getting to the Town Hall. Look at that. She's going to go ahead and get that Town Hall down. Is that the new Chess Queen skin? Oh, yeah, look at that. Just came out today. Oh, that's awesome. But Van's celebrating with his teammates because he knows that they just won this war, but ultimately he wants that 3-star.
Absolutely, and the Queen is right in position to be able to go ahead and step in there and take that monolith, and she'll lock onto it, but she's going to go down. Lost the Hillis in the process, but the world champion still moving. RC ability.
He's got this.
He's still got the road champion ability. That's how you take a win right there.
GG's to Aphelion as they get the 12-10 victory. 50 Shades of Hog just did not go their way in this war. They will move down to our lower bracket. Aphelion will move on to our upper bracket finals, which will be match 3 later today.
Absolutely huge win right there, and that I've been saying I was saying that from the start of the season there that my top 3 were United Gaming, Empire Gaming, and Aphelion. Aphelion taking the win there, moving on to the semifinals, but the next matchup is the other 2 teams that I say are the top teams in North America. So this next one is going to be an absolute banger to see who ends up facing Aphelion in that upper bracket finals.
Eric, you ever watch wrestling and like when they're predicting who's going to win the match and it changes as the match goes on? I feel like that's you throughout the whole season. I told you guys all along these were going to be our teams. I don't think so, Eric.
Well,
I'm going to go run the tape back. GG's to Aphelion, a really strong performance, not only on offense but on defense. As you said, the defensive shutout holding up 50 Shades to Hog to 10 stars, which honestly I thought wouldn't happen here. 50 Shades came in, putting up some nice 12, 13-star victories. Seeing them kind of struggle, be a little bit more conservative with their plans, they're going to have to kind of shape it up and come into tomorrow really strong.
Yeah, but you definitely see the stage experience there coming out into play there. You have so much experience onto the Aphelion roster that I'm not super surprised that the underdog team was not able to claim victory in this one.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, but ultimately, it's not the end of the world because they're still alive here. They're still going to be able to play tomorrow, but let's go ahead and throw over to Gabby. She's got an interview with our winning team.
Thank you so much. After this Aphelion victory, I am joined by BJG. I had to get some words from you. What a victory here on the stage today. I know our commentators were talking about the fact that 50 Shades felt like they weren't playing in their normal form, maybe some nerves getting to them. What were your expectations for them as opponents compared to how they performed today?
Well, we knew they were a strong team because you don't get here by accident, but we prepared our bases, tested very well. We were ready for what they were doing, and we wanted to make sure everything was trapped and tested well, and we thought we did a good job with that.
Oh yeah, your bases were putting in some heavy work during this war. I also hear that you have put this 6-player roster into effect. I know that we usually see a different combination of players on the stage. Can you tell me about that preparation and why you decided to take this approach in this matchup?
Well, we feel confident with any combination of 5 players we have playing, and Max decided that this roster would be ideal for this team, and we're all ready to go and we're all ready to handle business.
Speaking of handling that business, I know that Aphelion as a team has been around for quite some time and still itching for that top spot. What was that like when considering during your prep for this LAN environment to make sure you're in the best fighting form?
Well, we all wanted to just be practicing finishing strong and didn't want to come up short, so we wanted to be practiced good bases and be ready to attack any style of base they throw at us.
And this victory does mean that you have secured your spot in the upper bracket finals. Congratulations on that. I'm sure that means that you will be playing again later today, and many will be excited to see you there. We do have the other war to get through to figure out who your opponents are. Between United and Empire, who do you think you're going to be facing against and why?
I'm really not sure. They're both strong teams. United won it last year, but Empire was the 1 seed, so I think it could go either way. Both of them are elite teams, and we'll be excited to take on whoever wins.
All right, looking forward to it. Congratulations again on the victory here, and best of luck later on today.
Thank you so much. Great stuff talking to BJG there, Gabby, as well, breaking it all down. This one, what was fun about Aphelion, they sandwiched it. They gave us 100 at the beginning and 100 at the end.
And close that war out. I told you, man, this Aphelion team, don't sleep on them. I think our match number 3, that upper bracket final, it's really going to kind of dictate how things play out here. If they can pull that upset against a United or an Empire, could really change things.
Absolutely. I really also think that 50 Shades of Hog, now that they've been on the stage there, they understand and they can go and take what they learned from this war and take it to the next war. I think we could definitely see them getting more comfortable and go to the next one a bit stronger.
One of the cool things, I actually caught up with Damien when he came off the desk, and I asked him, I said, hey, why aren't you playing? So he told me they have a 6-man roster and there are different strengths as far as which attackers. And Damien's like, listen, he's better in certain situations. So we're going to see all 6 of these players on stage throughout the weekend, just in different situations.
Dude, I love that. Not too big for his own ego, knowing that, hey, this war, I got to sit it out. That's fine. They'll put me in when it's appropriate. That is a team effort. That's what doesn't get spoken a lot. We talk about individual players and all their accolades, but ultimately this is a 5v5 competition, and being able to, you know, swallow your pride and, hey, it's my turn to be out. Well, that's huge.
That, and you also get to learn your opponents over the course of many seasons of play, and you understand that they may throw consistently a certain style of base. We saw a lot of box bases there. Maybe he has more comfortable approaches into like the diamond style bases and he likes those more. So it just depends on what you like to attack and what they're going to throw at you and what they have thrown at you in the past to decide who you end up feeling.
Yeah, ultimately, doing that homework is a big aspect into it as well. I've seen it in person when we were at our last season finals, where those teams are, you know, working with each other. Yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie, but ultimately, they know when they need to go to their rooms and buckle down.
And also, like, I mean, this is the silly team, quote unquote, right? Like, like these guys, Damien's always like wearing the sunglasses, but he came off and he's just like, yes, man, this like it's work time. Yeah. And that's an important, that's a part of our culture here at Clash of Clans, I feel like, for sure. But with this one in the books, that means that our lower bracket's starting to get filled up. 50 Shades of Hog has lost their extra life. So if they lose in that lower bracket, it is over for them. Aphelion sits in the upper bracket waiting their opponent. But now, coming up next, a potential Grand Finals matchup. Empire and United put their rookies to the test. We'll see them after the jump.
The Snapdragon Pro Series, powered by Samsung Galaxy, is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, DHL, and the United States Air Force.
I'm on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, now I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind mind over matter. Get the gold medal on another level. I will never settle. Mind over matter. Get the gold medal on another level. I will never settle. Mind over matter. Get the gold medal on another level. I will never settle. Mind over matter. Get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true. Where everything you want can be yours. If and only if you're willing to work for them. You're willing to hurt for them. But most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Ha! Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting, it's hot. Look what I got, whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast, I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes, I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha, yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha, yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what it's meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited. Like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha, yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha, yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me, how'd I turn pain into energy. Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
Welcome back. What's good, Pags? It is already a hot tournament so far. The Snapdragon Pro Series getting off to a hot one, as I said, with Aphelion taking the big chunk already. That does put our first team in the lower bracket, but like I said, that just means they still got one life to live.
Right, it's double elimination. They're not out of it, but man, do they have an uphill battle, because they will go on to face the loser of Empire versus United Gaming, which is going to be very tough.
Yeah, Empire versus United Gaming, one of the most anticipated matchups in North American Clash of Clans esports, and this one is definitely one we want to be paying attention to.
I mean, this just might be a grand final sort of preview. When we saw United coming in here as the 4th seed, we were a little surprised, and so this is what we get out of the bracket.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, this is kind of what happens with United. They kind of have that up and down ladder, but when it comes time to land or it comes time for those finals, they show up in the biggest way.
Yeah, and their consistency, like you're holding more championship rings on that team than every other team combined.
Well, let's say hello to the squad. Empire Gaming is going to be playing on the stage right now. And this squad, like we said, we know and love them. Smokey Bear is one of the more vocal guys on the squad. We've kind of spoken to him time and time again. And he's going to be hanging out with Swifty, Medusa, Jesus, and Anthony C. So Medusa coming in for Shadow this time around, who played in the 4-week regular season.
Yeah, a big sub out here. Medusa obviously capable, but losing Shadow there is always a big blow. But this team is solid, man. They went undefeated throughout Challenge. Last season, they had a really strong challenge. This is their first time here at LAN, so they're really looking to make that impression in this war.
Absolutely, and being able to field their strongest players here onto the roster is going to be a very, very big deal. We saw them fielding a little bit less than that for when they played out in Poland 2 seasons ago in Season 1, and they ended up underperforming there, but now they have all of their best hitters here on the team and ready to go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, man. This is going to be such a good matchup because, yeah, United is our 4 seed, but there's nothing different in North American esports than LAN United, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. And this is like the biggest matchup that you play between these two teams. Like, this is the key matchup in North America. These are highly considered the best 2 teams that there are out here.
Well, I said Smokey Bear was one of the more vocal players, but when we talk about players that kind of speak with their actions, it's Jesus. I mean, first of all, shout out to my man with the lineup. He looks clean out here, but those numbers are just as clean.
Hey, the hair is looking crisp, bro. But yeah, Jesus, whenever you see Jesus in that 4 spot, you're shaking in your boots. I mean, or at least I am, because you know he's capable of putting up a 3-star at any given attack.
Their opposition, though, as we said, no slouches themselves. United Gaming, one of the most prolific teams in Clash of Clans competition. Agent 33, Boone, Goreticus, Ghost, and Nick are going to be taking the field.
One of the more seasoned teams, man. I don't think there's a more experienced team in all of NA. Like, if you put all of our combined players on one team that have the experience, I still don't think you get close to this experience.
I mean, the level of experience, they're literally the returning champions from last time around. So, yeah, I think that's a little bit of experience.
Yeah, and since the dawn of this program, they've been at almost every single LAN event there, competing for that, and they win most of them with 6 times champion. Nick is their coach there standing behind them. We have this team stacked with all kinds of players who have won championship after championship after championship. They're the favorite to win almost every time just for that sheer reason alone, even though they're technically 4th seed here.
But Eric, look at this in the challenge phase. Empire took it to them, 13-11. And if we see a repeat of that, I mean, they got to go on to play 50 Shades of Hog, who beat them in the challenge. So this could really shape up the tournament.
That said, you know, we're talking about their experience and how strong this squad is. They absolutely are mortal. This squad, they did have an up and down season, but at LAN, they've been here before.
Oh, I definitely rely on my teammates a lot. There's no way I'd be able to do this by myself, especially for the base building side. I test, but I can't build. There are a ton of help there.
No, I was actually just a builder for Aphelion, but now that roster's been changed and now I gotta defend them instead of defending for them.
Base building in Town Hall 15 is a lot better than Town Hall 14. Town Hall 14 was super easy, so no matter what you did on defense, it didn't really matter. But now you can actually defend, so there's a lot of strategies to use.
level of confidence coming out from these guys, but absolute humility. I think that is what, honestly, if I could just be a fan for a second, that's what makes me love working in just competitive anything, is competitor brain. You have to be audacious enough to think and know that you're better than the other person, but you also have to be humble enough to check yourself and get better when you lose, and that is how this team has wound up in this position.
I think that's like one of the things that sets them apart. They're not too big for their britches, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And that confidence and the experience of being on the stage here definitely sets them apart. But guys, here's our stats here. We can see that the stats for United Gaming actually are in their favor over Empire Gaming. I thought actually Empire would be higher in the stats here, but they're not.
Honestly, if you put this graphic up without the names, I would say this is flip-flopped.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy part. We've seen a kind of crazy season, and it just comes down to this. United or Empire Gaming, that is a crazy ask. So I am not even going to gander and try to predict. Instead, I'm going to give y'all at home some homework. I want you to predict who's going to win, because I don't have to. So put it in Twitch chat. Let us know which way you're leaning, whether it's the returning champs or the other squad. Either way, this one's going to be a barn murder. I'm going to go get a good seat. Boys, your turn.
Eric, it's match number 2, and man, barn burner is the correct word for this. We've been hyping this matchup up, and I'm hoping it lives up to the hype, because this could ultimately be a grand final preview here, but it's a tough task ahead for both of these teams.
Definitely. The two best teams in North America, widely considered the strongest players that we have that are available in this competition. And like the North American circuits can be a bit dicey, and this is the best we have. And I really think that this is going to be a crazy, crazy matchup here. I expect them to outperform even the averages that we had there on the head-to-head. I think that they could easily push to the 60% hit rate there. And this is so much experience on the stage right now. This is a huge match right here, Bash.
60% hit rate means 13-star war. Let's see if Eric is right here on that. Rigo Torres coming in with the Super Barbarians. We're seeing those Super Barbarians be used time and time again. It's just the amount of value you can get for such a little investment is a big thing. Look how many traps that blimp got here. He's going to go ahead and drop that battle blimp off. The Yetis are going to go ahead and work and push in, pull out the clan castle troops. It looks like we got a couple ice wolves with some archers in there, and now the queen charge can deal with that. And Rigo, such a good queen charge player.
Investing the Warden into that Yeti blimp drop is a big investment there, but Super Barbarians typically don't need the Warden ability to give them the protection that they need. However, a lot of times the King could use that protection and protect all of his Barbarians. He's not going to have that as an option here, but this Warden's not going down yet. He actually survived way longer than we've expected, and Rigo Torres off to a very strong start. And when you're taking that kind of value out of the setup here and then matching it with one of the best queen charge attackers in the world after multiple world championship appearances, Rigo Torres is off to a very strong start here.
And that's one of the nice things. Yeah, you do use that Warden ability early, but you also often put those balloons in front of him, so he's going to clear out some of those defenses. And then you see right here, the Warden's going to stay up and clear out that left-hand side. Now the Queen's going to go ahead and be able to charge into the Town Hall because the King cut off the pathing. So the only way she has to go is inside to the Town Hall now. And now he's got 20-plus Barbarians, Super Barbarians, just to clean up the outside of the base. Not to mention Royal Champion.
Very good value out of the King on the outside of the base there. Pops his ability with the Super Barbarians come in to redirect the King to hug that corner tight. He circles into the multi-inferno. This is perfection right now. This is just a typical day here for Rigo Torres.
Honestly, this is the Rigo we were missing in Challenge. Rigo kind of struggled in Challenge phase. Let's be completely honest here. He is very strong in attacking, but during the Challenge phase, man, if we take a look back at his stats, he had a rough Challenge, but this is what we're used to seeing. Really strong queen charge attacks, and he's able to come through on this one. Well, I mean, he's still got a little bit of base yet, but he's got an invisibility. He's got the World Champion Seeking Shield still. I think he's got enough to get through the rest of this base. Not to mention Queen is still up. What a beautiful attack from Rigo Torres.
Not just getting through the base there, but then swagging about a quarter of his spells there, and the Royal Champion ability. Rigo Torres picks up the first triple of the war here and delivering like we expected United Gaming to do.
That's what they need, that hot start. And when you have Rigo in that one spot, it's usually Rigo or Nick, and they come out and they put that 3-star up. you put a lot of pressure on Empire. Not just Empire, you put a lot of pressure on any team. When you get that 3-star early, oh man, I gotta get that 3-star to bounce back. We're already behind. It's a tough spot to be in, and Rigo delivers.
Well, that's why it's always it's a good strategy as a team to put a very strong hitter in that first spot, because it sets the tone for the war. It sets that expectation that if they can get in there, they can force the early pressure onto the team, and if they start to pull ahead here, like it's very difficult sometimes if you start to get a gap in between you and your opponent and you get to the second half of the war down a star or two. It's a mental battle to be able to fight back from there.
Man, this was just so well executed. The value he got from his blunt, pulling up that CC, and then the King was perfect. The Royal Champion came in really nice. This is just really well executed. The Super Barb attack is really dominating the meta, but I think this is just an example of how to execute that attack perfectly. Great attack from Rigo. Now it's going to be on Empire Gaming to respond. We see Jesus was on defense there, so Jesus' base gets 3-star. He's going to be looking for vengeance a little bit later in the war.
I like that also, that King on top of everything, like just icing on the cake, that the King had his Phoenix actually trigger all of the traps there in front of the Queen charge and ultimately kept her alive and moving. But now we're going to see super bowlers in response here. This one is setting up with a Warden walk down to the bottom side here. The Warden is starting to the defensive Royal Champion, which, if you don't know, the Royal Champion will not step forward enough to be able to fight off the Warden there. So if you're ever going to do a Warden walk into a defensive heroes, the defensive Royal Champion is a key target to make that work. But at the same time, Flame Flinger for the very top of the base will start to collapse in the funnel, and you can see the lane that is starting to create in from that top right corner. So we can go right into the Eagle Artillery, in through the Monolith, and then you'll have to cross through this entire base to secure the talent takedown.
I think he wants Warden to go in here and get this scatter shot out. That would be massive. If he can get the scatter shot out now with the Warden, that will be huge, because a lot of times it's those flank scatter shots, those flank heroes that are an issue. Now we need the Warden to turn back. He's still got some time he can use on this Warden walk, but usually you want to cut it off right about 2 minutes, but he's going to wait and let the Warden get through the scatter shot, invest another rage here. Ooh, oh! Did he just grass a rage, Eric?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. It's a bit of a problem here. I'm not sure what he's doing over there, but he's trying to switch over on his bar there to get a minion out, and he ended up tossing a rage off the corner there. He's going to be one less rage, but it's okay. You know, that might be okay. A lot of times Super Bowlers can get by with 2 rages as they push in through the core of the base here. So we just got to see what survives here. The 2 rages that he does have are going to have to be very, very well used to make sure that he can keep the healers boosting these the healing output to keep these Super Bowlers alive. So a big mistake there, but not unrecoverable.
Oh, it's tough, man. It is tough. So the rages are usually used to keep those bowlers healed up. You rage up the bowlers, you rage up the healers, and that allows them to stay healed, because they don't have a ton of hit points, but they just need that healing through the middle of this base, especially with those rage towers going off. So here we go. Let's see if he's got enough rage to get through here. He still has 1 left. He's still got a couple freezes. Still has that Warden's Eternal Tome to protect all his troops as he makes the approach to the Town Hall.
I like the extra adjustment there, using the invisibility while everybody is all grouped together tight and holding on to his ward ability a little later. He's definitely doing everything that's necessary to be able to keep alive, even though he has only the 2 rages pushed through. He secures the talent takedown. He's got the healers in a safe position right now. The King is surged up ahead, and that's actually doing a lot of good work for him to make sure that everybody else can just kind of sit back a little bit and wait out the poison. He's looking pretty solid here, back to the Royal Champion wrapping around.
Royal Champion follows where that Flame Flinger, the troops came out of there, those couple of Yetis up top. He doesn't have too much left here. We got a few cannons, a few Archer Towers. The Queen's still up with ability. This is looking like it's going to be a 3-star for Swift. Time is the only issue here, Eric. Let's not wrap it up yet, because it's only 20 seconds. Oh, time might be an issue, Eric.
All right, well, that timer's counting down quick here, but the Queen and the Royal Champion are still moving. RC abilities going to go up there.
Storage up
hit
top.
The remainder of the defenses. He's got a wizard in the bottom corner there.
Swifty.
He's stepping his way through. 5 seconds.
Go,
it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Go,
it's going to be close.
Let's
got
go.
it. Swifty, the rookie, takes the triple and ties up the war.
Clutch attack from the rookie. That's why you put him in the 1 spot. Swifty showing up in the biggest way. Man, I was nervous, Eric. I was nervous that was going to be left with 1 building, but ultimately, we're all tied here. 3-3 after 1 attack. Let's go.
Yeah, and big pickup right there with one of the players with the least age experience being the rookie on the team here. Now it puts pressure over to the other rookie over at United Gaming. And imagine being so young and stepping onto these stages here. Like, that's insane. I couldn't even imagine being 16, 17 years old to be able to step onto a stage like this and get that international recognition.
What's crazy, though, is the strategy with the rookies, the age. Swifty often goes first for Empire, but we often see Ninja in that like 4 spot for United. So we'll have to see where Ninja plays. But ultimately, we're all squared away right here, all knotted up, 3-3. Beautiful attacks from both squads. That one, man, that one was so close, so close. Ghost is coming in next, known for his base building, but ultimately a really strong attacker, and it's going to be a Skelly Bat Donut here. Going to look to take out the Clan Castle, the Monolith, and is he going for the multi? It looks like he's going for the multi as well.
Yeah, and if you don't know, United Gaming, a lot of these players here also have a lot of ties with Strut Esports there that they play for the international circuits, and so a lot of player crossover here. But Ghost is a strong player and a strong base builder, one of the actually renowned for being one of the best base builders in the world. But to be a good base builder, you have to be a good attacker. You have to understand everything, and he will just go ahead and after this Skelly Donut, use the ward ability to blimp out that town hall. Looks like any bomb's gonna pop out of there, and the balloon's gonna sail in and try to get this multi. The multi would be one of their key targets, and he's kind of missing that right there, but he is getting almost everything else in the area.
Yeah, man, the balloons did not path down there, but you're right. Everything else did get taken out. Now he's going to kind of connect these 2 holes he made in the base. Kind of the middle of the base is gutted out, so this is where these super barbs kind of thrive. Now you can work those heroes kind of all around the perimeter. You're going to see the queen coming in right here at the about 11 o'clock position, the top of your screen. Now she's going to go ahead and push through down towards that Eagle artillery, wrap around, join up with the Royal Champion, have a little bit of support from that king, and hopefully be rewarded with a 3-star.
Exactly, but a lot of those other attacks there that we saw with the Super Barbarians were using the Queen charge. This one is not going to use that, even though the Queen has that awesome new chest skin that just came out today. So that's fun right there, but you got to keep these heroes alive here. And a little thing that is boosting their HP and by an enormous amount right there is that Apprentice Warden, the newest troop there that has been added to Clash of Clans in that last update. And it is very, very powerful at giving everybody, especially these extremely high HP troops like the heroes and golems and electro titans and all that, a ton of extra HP so they can go way further without any healing support.
Yeah, the Apprentice Warden we see a lot with these Super Barb attacks. You're right, we didn't see the healers on this one, but he did invest like 10 balloons at that beginning because I think he wanted to get that multi that you spoke about. So putting that huge investment into the balloons and not getting the multi is a little bit disappointing, but ultimately he's looking really strong here. Royal Champion is in now. She can sweep through here. Got to time up this Headhunter to get the enemy queen, but everything is going to plan so far. He's just got to finish this base off.
Yeah, the Expo is the biggest threat here, but he has a freeze and an invisibility, so just going to be paying attention to the Expo here. He's got the Super Barbarians on the outside of the base there, giving a little bit of protection, trying to delay them until he's about to get into the range of them with his Royal Champion. There we go, right before she steps in, she can now go ahead and pop her ability. That ability hits 2 of the battle builders there, taking the down right here. The Super Barb swarm the outside of the base there, and Ghost is still looking strong here, keeps on moving. 15 seconds, and there's the celebration. United Gaming swags in invisibility, and they've got 2 on the board right out of the gate.
Back to back to back. 3 stars for these squads. This one is coming out hot, fast, and furious. And Ghost living up to his hype, man. Ghost is such a strong player. Man, a really good base builder, but man, when you can attack like that and base build like he does, such an asset to this team. And like I said, Eric, there's nothing like Clan United.
Absolutely. They play at the highest tier here, but then again, so does Empire. That's why this is one of the most anticipated matchups in North America, and why these teams get so much hype, because they do get out here and they consistently perform, and they seem to perform even better under the pressure of the stage.
Yeah, it's usually the opposite. You usually get nervous, jittery hands, which we maybe saw a little bit from Swifty. We did see a Grasp raged.
Yeah, but he still pulled it back though. Like keeping his composure even after swagging his spell is very, very impressive, because you don't let that shake you. You continue the plan there, and you just find a way to adapt.
But they need to bounce back here, because technically they're behind until they attack, because United, rather, putting up nothing but 3 stars against these Empire bases. So here we go, and it's going to be Anthony coming in, and it looks like we got Queen Charge E-Dregs. Not a combination you see a lot, but look out for that recall. Going to set the funnel with the Queen and then recall her.
I like that for this base, though. He's got a Stone Slimer that he can use here, but look how compact this base is throughout the core. Like, every building is 1 tile from the building next to it, and so these Electro Dragon chains are going to do a ton of work here. I can definitely understand why he would decide to throw out this strategy over any other alternative. And also, like, you can see how the lane is like the base looks like a pillar with light areas off to the side here. So you see the Electro Dragons could rip through the middle of the base here to go right through the Town Hall, which I assume is what he would intend to do here based on where the sweepers are positioned.
He lost a healer there to the air defense, though. The air defense got into the position to take it out. Now he's going to go ahead and recall, yoink that queen out of there, put her on the opposite side, and just set those E-Drags up to go right through the middle of the base. So far, going mostly to plan. Didn't want to lose the healer, obviously. But everything, yeah, I agree. It's fine. Everything is shaping up the way he wants it to.
Yeah, just need to get the queen to step over and get that other air defense down before it does too much more damage to that E-Drag. It lost about half of its HP. A little bit of loss there, but he had to, yeah, I guess he valued the time more than he valued the HP on that that one E-Drag, but he popped the ward ability, surged through the Town Hall. The chains off of the Town Hall. We're able to take the model down, so that's a big deal. Rage up to go in to the defensive CC. If he destroys the CC, as the queen goes to the outside, then the CC troop never deployed. He takes it down there before it ever comes out, and we'll get these Expos down as well, making his queen charge way more powerful to the backside. Looking very, very good here for Anthony.
He's still got his Siege Machine, which is a Stone Slammer selected, but he can always swap that out. He does do a Battle Drill. That's going to allow him to get to the middle of the base. I love the play to the Battle Drill because the Battle Drill will stun these defenses, pop up, stun it, and then it'll pop back underground, so it'll be protected a little bit. Now the king can support the queen, and he can push through the middle of the base with the Royal Champion supporting that Battle Drill.
Yeah, go right through the middle of the base there with the things that can jump the walls or go under them in the case of the Battle Drill. But also, like, the Warden set that up perfectly. Like, he survived for just a little bit longer and took out some key defenses in the core of the base there, setting this Royal Champion up even stronger. 50 seconds to go. He's got the cleanup working on the backside. Minions taking advantage of the Baby Dragon, providing some taking there. He's got a queen ability intact here, and he's already celebrating. There it is, Empire not gonna let that 3-star go unanswered, and they will keep this war perfect on both sides.
These teams have came to play, Eric. We said this could be our sneak peek of our grand final, and this one is living up to the hype. Queen Royal Champion gonna step in here and finish off the base, and Anthony comes through with another 3-star. 4 in a row. These teams came to play.
This is very, very impressive what they're able to pull off here. And to do it under the lights here, do it with a live audience is another complete story from what we would typically see when they're playing from home. And it's the pressure of the land, but these teams have proven time and time again that they can handle it.
Yeah, what pressure, Eric? These guys are fine. I mean, even when Anthony's queen lost a healer here, no big deal. It's all right. We'll just rage her up, throw a balloon in, recall her, just get the attack going.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, this is a fun one. So far, well, we're all squared here. 6-6, 2 3-stars apiece. Man, this one is good.
Yeah, and that base was just asking for it. Like if you're just looking at a base there without an attack in mind, it's very difficult to try to identify the weakness on it. But sometimes you look at a base like that and you see the armor that he has on, and you just kind of already know. You're just like, oh yeah, that's actually perfect for this base here. That is a really, really good idea. And as soon as you see it, and then the base goes down effortlessly. There's the cheer, and Anthony completely rips it to shreds.
I was kind of surprised the Town Hall area didn't have more traps on it, but the traps were on the opposite side. Agent 33 coming in now with a queen charge hog attack. Agent known for a little bit of creativity, a really fun attacker to watch. Let's see if Agent can keep the streak alive as he starts his queen.
Agent, one of the, well, with I guess Nick sitting on the sidelines coaching, Agent would be one of the most seasoned players on the squad here. And so we'll see what he can do here with the queen charge into Hog Riders using the early rage as the queen started to get very low on HP, making sure to overlap the healers. The healers did take a little bit of damage there on the initial approach to the base there, but as long as he can get some balloons into key positions here to go search for any traps, and he should be in a good spot. That balloon taking the exact same path as the healer, pulls a double black air bomb, but I feel like there's more. I have a bad feeling that there's more because I saw 2 go out there, but I feel like this is going to be a very dangerous area because there's a lot of really high queen charge value in that Town Hall core, and she's getting stalled up by ground skillies. This is trapped like crazy around this Town Hall.
Yeah, once the queen goes in there, she's going to try to get this Town Hall down, but she's going to have to deal with that monolith, pull out the clan castle. The Flameflinger's doing some really solid work on that right-hand side. He's going to go ahead and bring the king up top here, along with the Ice Golem and Headhunters to deal with the enemy king and start those hogs right in towards the Eagle Artillery. Pretty standard for the Hog Rider attack. All right, there we go. There's another red air bomb. There's another red air bomb. Those some of those traps you were speaking about, Eric. But the Queen, she did most of her job here. If he can keep the Hogs pushing through here, he has a heal spell. He's got some free support. If he can keep the Hogs pushing through here, he should be all right.
Yeah, lost every single one of the healers there, but the Queen was able to move off to the right there. She's at least keeping the Ice Golems over by her and keeping that Monolith distract. I mean, I don't know if you want the Queen being the distraction for the Monolith, but she does ultimately go down. And now the Ice Golem cross him back over. He's engaged at a very, very unfortunate time. And he's got still a defensive Queen on the backside of the base there over to the far left. And he's running low on resources right now. We've thrown the last couple of Hogs there to go in to the defensive King. Or with his King, I mean, to be able to go in and support. But he's kind of struggling in the middle of the base here and starting to slow down a little bit. I'm starting to get worried.
Yeah, this one fizzled. Once the Queen lost her healers, this one started fizzling. He still does have Royal Champion up there, so he's going to run the percentage up. Well, you get a little bit of damage on the Queen. Okay. Oh, just not enough here. It's going to be really close to 90, 89% here for Agent. So it's the first miss of the war from United Gaming. It's ultimately an 89% 2-star, which isn't a bad miss at all, but it's the first miss of the war.
I like that the last thing we hear as that attack finishes is the
Your favorite soundbite of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, it is good, but now this gives Empire that opening they were looking for. It's not a big opening. It's an 11% opening. Look at that, our FPS meter right here. Our performance meter on our Snapdragon devices running at 115 frames per second, keeping these teams in there with some high performance. But now Empire's going to look to take advantage. If they can get a 3-star here, they can really kind of put their foot on the gas.
Right, but it was a high percentage, and that's the thing about United Gaming is even if they miss,
they don't miss by much.
Are able to get it. They're able to get it to a high percentage. And this Queen, even though she went down, like if that Queen survived and didn't hit all those red air bombs, he would have been fine. So like one balloon to go trigger all those red air bombs might have made the difference of this attack going through as a triple or not. But you kind of understand that as you're going in a little bit deeper in the base there, it's hard to get the Coco Loon down to position, and that's what the base players are also trying to make it difficult for you, to make so you can't get the traps lured in advance there to keep your healers safe. And so just excellent base building there over on Empire Gaming, holding back, and that was a very high value Queen charge potential, but she ends up falling short there and ultimately causes this to go to a miss.
It kind of seemed like that's what Empire wanted. I mean, giving the bomb towers down there, that's like saying, hey, run your Queen in here, run Hogs opposite of it. And ultimately it pays off for them. I mean, that's what they were hoping for. They were hoping for a miss on it. It's 89. That's manageable. Are we going to see Medusa here, the sub in for Empire Gaming for Shadow? It's going to be a Queen charge into Electric Dragons as well. I do see one bat spell here. I was looking for a recall. Okay.
Nope.
So just going to set up some pathing. Maybe, I was going to say Battle Blimp, but the Flinker's already in. So he's just going to run the Dragons through the Town Hall, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it looks that way. I guess it could come in on the flank, but generally we don't like to attack on the flank there unless we're going to use a blimp to be able to set it up so we can actually go snipe the Town Hall off and use it as a funnel. But he had to delay the Queen a little bit there to let the flank flinger develop for a little bit. You can't just throw the Queen charge down, otherwise she gets a little bit too far ahead. But you can't let the flame flinger just coast too long, otherwise you burn too much time on the clock there. When you only got 3 minutes, you got to manage that clock in a... It's very difficult to be able to keep that under control here, but the Queen is kind of veering off path here, and that air defense is picking off healers right now. He rages up, and it's going to take him some time to get over there. He's going to lose a healer. He goes invisible, and he's just going to set the E-Drags and get the protection, and he does get the air defense down. So good adjustment right there for Medusa.
Very nice invisibility. Now the E-Drag can push right on through, and this is similar to the last attack we saw from Anthony, where he pushed his E-Drags right up like that pillar like you spoke of, Eric. And he's got a similar setup here, but now some of those CC troops being pulled out. It looks like we got archers coming out. Oh, and the Queen steps up just enough to pull the Ice Golems. Oh, unfortunate there.
Yeah, but it's okay. The Queen charge can handle it. She's under relatively low damage right now, and as long as the Electric Dragons are not getting tied up there, then he may be okay. But the Queen, oh, nope, the Queen's picking up a lot of extra damage. He needs to get that Expo down at top, and he doesn't get it down in time. And the Queen gets sniped off there, and her healers are also looking to go down as well, so that's going to really, really hurt him. What was the percentage on that previous one? 89?
This is fading quick.
Oh, he's got a long way to go here, Bash.
This is fading quick, and Medusa summon in here for Shadow. Oh man, this could be a slip up. Both teams missing here. This definitely isn't going to be a 3-star, but he needs to get this as close to that 89% mark as possible. You know United is not going to be missing by much when they miss, so you got to work this one up. His spots in his ear are telling him any percentage he can get. Oh, this is going to be low, Eric.
It is. It looks like he's going to be able to rack in 69.
70.
No.
Nope. The Wizard almost had the army cam.
69 is a very low percentage here for Empire Gaming. A big miss right there. Not the time that you want that to happen. Not when Empire's playing as well as they have. But at least they both have 2 triples on the board. It's just a percentage game right now, so they can recover from that.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's so tough. Now they're going to hope for one more defense, and Jesus in that 4 spot normally. Jesus come in, clutch up. I mean, it's still a reasonable war for them, but they do lose 20 buildings there. This late in the war, that's going to be tough to recover.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of what he could have done differently there. That's the gamble that you take when you decide to use dragons in general. Like, that's why a lot of the top teams will end up using Lalo or Hogs, because even when things go a little bit south there, and you always have them picking off all the perimeter buildings and you free up all the trash, and you guarantee you get the percentage of. Also why Super Barbarians are taking a big part of the meta right now. But E-Drags, they punch into the core of the base there, and if they don't get everything, or something goes wrong with the Queen charge, you end up having a lot of percentage left on the board there, because you have to move through the heavy blocks of defenses to actually be able to get to the trash.
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. A tough break for Medusa. But United going to look to take advantage here as they're going to have their 4th attacker. We know Jesus is always the 4th attacker for Empire. And I was going to say, is it going to be Ninja in 4? And it looks like Ninja is getting ready. We always see Goreticus kind of close out these wars. All right, Ninja, let's see what you got. We've hyped you up all day. Ooh, Eric, I think we're going to have either Super Minions or Super Archers with the Super Barbarians.
Looking like it'll most likely be the Super Archer bomb here with the specific spell line that he has. But here we go. 4 attacks left to go. One team's moving on to the upper bracket finals, and this is their chance to pull even more ahead. Ninja dropping in that blimp all the way across the base. They're using that ward ability to protect it all the way through. Super Archers popping out, make them invisible, range them up, and clone them to get as much firepower delivered to the core of the base there as you possibly can. And they secure the Town Hall takedown, and these multis going to be a very good spot. Expos are also a big pickup here. He does secure the Town Hall takedown. He was able to get the Rage Tower trigger on the right side, and will miss the Expos and gets one of the multis down. So it's a pretty solid amount of value, but is it enough?
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job gutting out that area. I was worried about the blimp making it that far. Sometimes you see a tornado get caught there in the middle, but now it's on these Super Barbarians to support the heroes, provide the tanking on those point defenses so that the heroes can kind of just work in behind them and sweep through the space. It's going to be a tough task ahead, but I think he got a solid start with that Super Archer blend.
Just need to set up the Royal Champion here, so the heroes just wrapping through, going to the lighter areas of the base there first, dropping in a couple of Super Barbarians, trying to get this Eagle Artillery under control, so it's not firing on the entire way through. Worth the investment to step in there. Even the Logic Owl kind of has it under control, but able to take it. And now the heroes, without the Eagle Artillery firing down on them, will continue to wrap around the top of the base here. 1.5 minutes left on the clock. He's got a long way to go, but he's got a lot of force still moving.
All right, Nenge, let's see if he can go ahead and put United up even further. They're up 20%, but this attack is starting to dwindle. He still does have hero ability, still has 16 barbs, which is quite a bit, but he's got a tough end of the base to get through. He's got the Queen up there, he's got a few Teslas protecting that scatter shot, not to mention that multi tucked in with an Expo. It's a tough finish, but Ninja's capable of anyone on this squad.
Just go ahead and swarm the backside of the base there with all the Super Barbarians. Just every single building engaged there with Super Barbarian onto all of them. There's all the perimeter buildings there, but where's his King going? Okay, King's coming back now. He's trying to get sidetracked there, but more Super Barbarians dropping to the left side of the base. They're trying to make sure that the Queen is able to push directly into the Expo. He lost his Road Champion at some point there, but he did pass off the Dicky. He's very, very, very close here, but the Expo and the multi are doing a ton of damage, and can he reach that multi? I feel like he can with the Queen, but I don't think she has the HP to get in there and take it. This is very close, but the multi's ripped him to shreds.
He wanted to conserve the Queen ability. It was forced right there, Eric. I don't know if you saw it, but the Queen ability was forced.
Oh wait, the Phoenix,
90%.
the Phoenix, the Phoenix, go over the wall, Phoenix.
Diggy,
go over the wall,
Phoenix.
No, Phoenix, stop attacking the wall.
7.
Go in, go in, take it.
Time.
5 seconds. Oh, he doesn't have the time.
3,
You're right.
2.
Oh, and a black air bomb hits it as well. It is a defense 99%, and now the door is open for Empire to sweep in and take a lead.
Man, anytime Ninja misses, it's like 98, 99. What the heck? Oh, so unfortunate, Ninja. It was right there, man. You could see the disappointment in his face. He knew he was close. If he could have kept that queen ability from going off in that last compartment, man, he would have got there. But I don't know if it was the scatter shot, got one final shot on the queen, I think, to get that queen ability to go off and ultimately cost him the 3-star.
Yeah, that's very, very unfortunate here, but also, if he could have got the World Champion live, then she could have potentially been able to go in there and clean up the rest. And it's just one little tiny thing. Just one building is all that stood in his way there from the triple, but that opens the door. So if Empire Gaming is able to get this triple here, then they can take the lead on stars and make percentage relevant here as we go into the final exchange. But yeah, you can see the moment of disappointment right there as... Yeah,
that's when the queen ability went off.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate, but that's how we stand. And now, one of the best players in North America, Jesus, is live for Empire Gaming with a chance to take the lead. And he's also going to go and show Ninja how to make this Super Archer bomb into Super Barbarian's work.
All right, Jesus looking to put his team back in the lead. Here we go. The archers are firing away here, trying to gut out this whole compartment. Rage Tower gets taken out there. He's going to... Oh, wait. Oh, Ice Golem got popped there. I was going to say, did the archers get taken out some way? But it was Ice Golem got popped, so it froze him for a second. Oh, archers are still working here. Can he get the eagle? Are they gone? Oh, there he goes. He gets the eagle. Woo.
Okay, but he missed the monolith. He got the CC destroyed, and if there were any troops that were still inside of it, then they will go with it. He does get the multi for them. So stalled up 3 times there by Ice Golem, standing on top of his Super Archers, and they can't even hit the Ice Golems directly. They're striking at other things beyond, and they're just having their arrows pass through the Ice Golems and popping them. So it is a pretty decent way to counter this here, and I don't know if it was able to stop enough here because Jesus still has a lot of value claimed there by the Super Archer bomb, and these Super Barbarians can definitely take the rest of the base.
And Jesus is really good with his heroes. Like, he knows how to maneuver these heroes through a base really well. We've seen it time and time again. Let's see if he can get this wall break. Pow! Yeah, there it goes. Wall break comes in. Now he's going to just collapse this funnel, so the heroes are going to go in for the Town Hall here. And he's looking to do that with these Super Barbarians. He's still got 20+ Super Barbarians. Still has the Warden ability, Eric. That's one thing I didn't notice anyways, that the Warden did not have to invest the ability into the blimp. So that's really huge as he protects the Queen right here.
More Super Barbarians deploy the bottom of the base here as the Queen steps in. She has her ability still intact there as he gets the lock onto the Town Hall there. Frosty stalling it up there, and he's able to get the Ice Golems to pop and give the protection. The World Champion ability still intact, Queen ability still intact here. Super Barbarian swarming the backside of the base there. Jesus is unstoppable. He's got the triple, and we have a swing of the lead. Empire Gaming going to...
Eric, wait, Eric.
I just jinxed it. No, the World Champion in the ring holds him up. Cancel all that. He's actually going to get the defense on this one.
Eric with the biggest jinx ever.
Wow.
It was looking strong, but that Rage Tower went off again, and the heroes were able to hold him up. Unfortunate here for Jesus. It was looking strong. I was ready to say it as well, but luckily Eric is the jinx master, not me. Oh, Jesus, a tough break. It's 93%. Wow. So now Empire has to get another defense, and they have to 3-star their final attack.
I guess I should have been watching him rather than celebrating myself there to see if he was convinced it was going through. I was convinced that was going through. I thought he had that entire area under control, but he just got shut down.
This war is going to come down to our final attacks. But guys, we have an awesome raffle going on right now. So check it out for your chance to win Snapdragon exclusive Razor Keyshis or Clash of Clans statues. Type !PAX if you're watching online, or scan the QR code on the screen to get your entries in. Man, guys, this war comes down to the final attack. Empire needs a defense in the worst way possible, but it's Goreticus. He is so good in this spot. We saw it last LAN where it was, 3 wars in a row came down to that final attack. He clutched up every single time. He's going to need it one more time to put this war away, put it out of reach for Empire Gaming.
Yeah, and you can see the disappointment there from Jesus, and I feel like he's shocked that didn't go through. I'm shocked as well. That was a very, very clean approach to the backside of the base there, but those Rage Towers are so dangerous. They can do so much damage so rapidly, and they can change the outcome in an instant. But now Goreticus with the chance to close it out here. The percentage advantage into United Gaming's favor. If they take this triple, then they move into the upper bracket finals. But even one building left on the board here, and Empire could have another chance.
And it's Queen Charge Super Barbarians for Goreticus. War on the line. If he 3-stars this one, Empire has no chance to win it. If he leaves the door open, if he gets anything less, 99% or less, Empire is still alive here. War on the line for Goreticus. Let's see what he can do. Battle Blimp comes in to pull out the Clan Castle. Couple Rocket Wounds, couple Ice Golems. That's fine. The Queen can deal with that with the Queen Charge. So Queen's going to come in right now, down here about 4 o'clock, and take care of these Clan Castle troops. Look at this. The Warden's still up after that Blimp. So Warden's going to be able to actually support the Queen and boost her hit points as well.
Not only that, but there's a bunch of balloons out in front of the Warden still, so he's still getting the extra damage output, boosting those balloons, and he's got the area basically cleared of any potential traps for the Queen to be threatened as well, and keep him protected, and he's got a Electric Owl right there, so this Warden's just gonna lock on and follow the Queen's targeting, and he's gonna get way more value out of it. Goreticus is so good in this closing spot. He's clutched so many wars here for United Gaming. He was actually one of the key players to get them the win last season, and unfortunately, oh no, Queen, there was an open corner. I thought she was wrapping around there, but she walks right into the base there, funneled by the Super Barbs, and she still will need to cross all the way through and secure the Town Hall, but he's looking very good and very controlled right now.
A lot of spell support. Look at all these spells there. A couple Rages, 3 Freezes, and Fizz, the Skeleton spell to help with the Royal Champion. So he's got the spell support that he needs. He's just got to get through this base. 1.5 minutes left, so plenty of time here. That's not really a big issue for him. He's really just got to put these barbs in and at the right areas. Look at this Warden still up supporting the Queen. That is crazy.
He's about to turn into a Coco Warden, though, and go search for traps in front of the Queen's healers, because he's actually in a prime position to do exactly that. And these healers are under no threat right now and boosting the HP of the Queen, and he's still not finding traps there. How on earth is this Warden survived as long as he did? He finally goes down right there. But I don't know that there's a lot that can stop this, but I don't want to call it because I tried to call that other one too early, and I was completely wrong. But now Goreticus makes his final approach here. Plenty of spells, plenty of Super Barbs, and a RC ability attack there, and I'm just waiting for him to celebrate right there because I think he's got this one under control.
Looking good, yeah. I was going to say, this one is looking strong. Really well timed for this one for Goreticus, and ultimately he should be rewarded with the 3-star. I'm going to say should so I don't get the
there it is.
jinx here. There, very nice, and United Gaming is going to win and move on to the upper bracket finals against Aphelion. Oh my goodness, what a war we had here. I can't believe the misses, though. Some of the misses were a little uncharacteristic for this war, but is there a more clutch player in NA than Goreticus?
Yeah, Goreticus comes in time and time again and clutches that final spot there. Like, I'm just having flashbacks to San Diego last season, and he just, every single time he was up to bat, he was able to deliver and give his team exactly what they needed to get through. So one of the most clutch players in North America, and he just comes in when his team needs him the most, and he gets it done.
Eric, I'm gonna say it: the most clutch player in NA.
Yeah.
I mean, has anyone else showed up in the way that Goreticus does? Let's be honest. Last LAN, he did it 3, maybe 4 times. I think it was 3 times. He does it here. It wasn't a do or die situation here, but he puts the war out of reach. When his team needs him, he shows up in the biggest ways.
Yeah, and usually for Empire Gaming, Jesus is that player that is able to do that exact role on the team. But I jinxed him, so I'm sorry.
To be fair,
my bad.
It was looking strong until that Rage Tower reloaded and went. Smokey Bear here going to look just to get a 3-star on the board. This one is out of reach percentage-wise. Empire is down, I believe, 26% or so, give or take a little bit here. So even with the 3-star, they still trail on support. But Eric, United gets to that 13 number you were talking about, that 60% hit rate. Smokey with the 3-star can get there as well.
Absolutely, and you do want to keep your head up here, because even if you take the loss on this round and you go down to the lower bracket, you have that chance to fight your way back. And so you gotta, somebody had to come out on the underside here and go down the lower bracket of this match here. Even though this is like we said, what we consider the top 2 teams in North America, and for them to face in the semifinals, we would potentially expect one of these teams to go all the way back and re-challenge a team at the end of the tournament here, and we'll see if anybody else is able to give them a fight down there. But you send a message to those other teams here by getting a triple here and pushing that 60% hit rate.
And ultimately, Empire will go down to play 50 Shades of Hog. That will be our first matchup tomorrow. Our next war tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. I'm used to doing these shows a little bit later. Will be United Gaming against Aphelion, which that one should be a barn burner just as well. But let's see what Smokey can do here. Let's see if Smokey can get on the board with a 3-star, build a little confidence going into tomorrow. That Queen charging in towards that Town Hall still has a lot of work to do, and spells are starting to get thin.
Healers are kind of abandoning the Warden, or the Queen right there.
They're gone.
She's taken a weird path. She did not go into that multi-inferno compartment and then take the jump to the Town Hall. So he's actually potentially risking a 1-star right now. So maybe Empire was doomed to take this loss regardless, because right now, I don't know how he actually secures the talent takedown. He's got 11 Super Barbarians, and he's got 1 Rage. I guess he's got the Ward ability, but I don't know. This is going to get really, really dicey, and I don't know if he can even secure the 2-star on it.
Well, yeah. I mean, ultimately it doesn't matter because, you know, the war is out of reach, but you still want to finish strong. He does have Royal Champion. He does have the Electrotech going in there for the Town Hall, supported with the Warden here. Let's see what he can do here. Smokey sticking with it, trying to get through this Town Hall. The damage is being done. Rage is dropped here, and does the Royal Champion come in and secure it? Yeah, the Royal Champion gets the Town Hall down. I thought the Titan might get it, but the Royal Champion's going to have to ultimately come in and finish it off.
Yeah, but the combination of both of them is able to get it done no matter what. And you'll at least secure the 2-star there. You'll rack it in to about 80% there, roughly. Either way, percentages out of the way anyways. They needed to have a triple on Jesus' attack, and then they still needed to then perform this one here. And unfortunately, they didn't get lined up for that. He wasn't set up there by his earlier players and didn't really have a chance. But United Gaming taking the win on the big stage here in PAX West in Seattle, and they are going to move it on to the upper bracket finals.
I wonder who has the advantage, Aphelion versus United. We know Empire went undefeated, but I don't remember who won Aphelion versus United in the challenge round robin phase.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember, but
ultimately it doesn't matter. It's a new day, it's a new war, but I like the way Aphelion's playing. I like the way United's playing right now, so I think this is going to be a really strong matchup to finish our day out.
Yeah, and it is your defending champions here that end up claiming that win there, so a very big deal for them. Huge pickup right there, and to take out a team that went the entire challenge phase undefeated, and then finally knock them down a notch there and make sure that they know that you are the defending champions and you can take that win.
What a war, though. What a war. Four triples to start us off on this war, and ultimately United gets the victory. Let's throw down to Gabby, who's got an interview with our winning team.
Thanks, Bash. I've got Goreticus by my side. What a match. Bash was just talking about the fact that this started off with 4 triples. What did you make of how things kicked off today?
I mean, that's kind of how you want it to go when you get to LAN. Everyone's stepping up to the plate. A lot of times nerves can take over, but they did really well starting off with a couple, and we did our part starting out with a couple as well. We were just able to sustain it a little better.
And there's a lot of trust in United because of the legacy, the many of victories prior, but a little bit of rockiness in the regular season compared to the 7-0 opposing squad. Why were you able to show out here in LAN and kind of smash them here in this first round?
Well, LAN is kind of our thing. We have a history of doing well at the live events. We've won the last 3 in a row, and we're looking to do 4. We're people with jobs for the most part. We've got a couple of young guys that have stepped up for us, but in the regular season, we're balancing some priorities, and when we get to LAN, we can focus and do our thing.
Yeah, making sure all of those moving parts are clicking into place so you can have that victory. And it's not like you haven't beat Empire before. You did beat them in Poland. Do you see this as a repeat of that performance on the LAN stage?
I mean, the result is the same, so I guess so. They're a good team, so they're going to challenge us anytime that we play them. But thankfully, we had Eric, Jinx, Jesus on his hit, which helped us out a little bit. So I'd like to shout out Eric there.
I do want to shout out you specifically, though, because you have been so key to the victories for United in past seasons, really being an anchor, someone so consistent, and we saw it here again. What is it that you're doing in your play to achieve that consistency time and time again?
It's just a responsibility to my teammates, and I've been in the position to, run the last attack for a long time now, for many years in a row, and when we come to land, they know that they can count on me, and with them putting their trust in me, it kind of forces me to do what I need to do to be ready and execute each part of the attack. So just another one where we had a good plan and was able to execute it.
And I'm sure you'll be taking some time to ready up for your next matchup against Aphelion. Best of luck to you and the rest of the team there. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Great stuff coming out from Gareticus there. I mean, that's a pro, dude. That's a pro.
Hey, look, you were talking about the Jesus' lineup. Gareticus looking clean up there. I kind of like the look, to be honest. Shout out to Eric.
Yeah, he's a natural leader. I'm a natural jinxer. I mean, we all have our strengths,
I mean, somebody's got to, absolutely. But this was an interesting matchup. Like we said, it started off hot with 100%, 100%, 100%. Just 3-star after 3-star after 3-star. It really kind of started to break, unfortunately, when Empire Substitute stepped up and Medusa throws out the 69.
I didn't want to point that out, but you're forcing my hand here. It is a big blow when one of your players isn't able to make it to land. Shadow being that player, not able to make it here, they have to make that sub to Medusa, and ultimately that kind of swung the momentum. That 20% swing was massive.
Yeah, but then they had their chance to make the comeback. They had an opportunity, and they weren't able to seize on it. So I mean, if you had Jesus convert that triple, even if Gareticus ended up missing, you still could have had that last attack there from Smoky Bear still decide the war. So they had their fate in their own hands, and they ended up not making it.
And I mean, that's one of the questions that people have, whether they've said it out loud or not, is Smoky Bear is this anchor on this team, but very rarely does he actually have to wind up doing it because his teammates are so strong. And I mean, well, here it was kind of the other way. It didn't really matter because it was already over, but that is going to be a question mark that gets larger and larger. It's a 12-point font right now, but the deeper we go into the tournament, that's going to get larger and larger.
I think one thing though, Eric, you said the fate was in their own hand, but then you're asking them to hit that 80% hit mark. 40% is already hard enough. I mean, you said 30% average is pretty normal. That 12 stars is what we consider average. Getting to that 13, a little above average. 14 is so tough to do at Town Hall 15.
Yeah, but we saw a lot of teams hit in 60 and sometimes 80% hit rate in San Diego, so we know that they can step up to the plate, and they've proven it in the past.
Well, we've got our bracket pretty much halfway done. The upper bracket finals is going to be Aphelion Esports and United Gaming. But this lower bracket, RO2, that is where we say goodbye to our first team. And that is coming up after the break.
No, it's not.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, DHL, and the United States Air Force.
Tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, now I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in coach, I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
Another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true. Where everything you want can be yours. If and only if you're willing to work for them. You're willing to hurt for them. But most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Ha! Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting? It's hot. Look what I got. Whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast. I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy, and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes. I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete? Well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt. Push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test. Like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed. So now let me flex. Ha. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt. Cause I know my worth. And I gotta be first. Ha. Yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what it's meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited. Like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, oh, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt. Push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test. Like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed. So now let me flex. Ha. Yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt. Cause I know my worth. And I gotta be first. Ha. Yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me. How'd I turn pain into energy? Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
Welcome back, friends. We're 2/3 of the way through just our first day. We got a whole nother day of competition, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have one more war to go. This is where we're sitting. So Aphelion Esports and United Gaming are in the upper bracket final, just waiting, and that's who we're going to be watching later on. 50 Shades of Hagen Empire Gaming, we'll see that tomorrow, and the loser, unfortunately, goes home.
Kaput, they're gone. But let's see who goes on to our grand final here today. I'm excited for this matchup. This should be really good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. F-Dot here alongside Bash and Eric. Just to remind you, in case you forgot, that guy, he is...
the Jinx King.
There it is.
I do my best.
But, so we're here celebrating wonderful. The Snapdragon Pro season has been a lot of fun. And honestly, we couldn't do it without our partners. So why don't we take a moment to share and just kind of show off the good stuff from Samsung.
Of course, we want to give a huge thank you to our presenting partner, Samsung, for providing devices with top-tier performance, crystal clear displays, and lightning-fast response times. The Samsung Galaxy 23 series is the absolute best-in-class device for mobile gaming with exceptional battery life and incredible power. These devices are raising the bar for mobile gaming with unmatched speed and the newest, fastest Snapdragon platform ever. Available only on Samsung Galaxy. With epic power comes epic gaming. Level up your game with the Galaxy S23 series and play just like the pros you see here today.
Thank you so much to Samsung and all of our partners that allow us to put on this fantastic show. As we said, the players come out here. And, you know, I love what Goreticus said. He was like, listen, dude, we're just guys with jobs. And yet they still get out here. This is lights, camera, action. This is real big-time esports. So let's get into the real big-time esports. Upper bracket finals, folks. Like we said, it's United going up against this Aphelion roster. We saw them earlier today. This was the first team we saw on the stage. What was interesting was that Damien took the coach role that time around. I'm curious to see if he steps on the stage now.
And what I'm seeing on the stage right now, he is going to be in that coach role again. I mean, honestly, I like it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You talked about how they kind of play to their strengths and their weaknesses, and maybe they saw something in their scouting report against United. So play coach and support your guys.
But also at the same time, you're in a completely different atmosphere than when you are playing at home, where you can easily split off to different channels and you can do separate planning and stuff like that. And so having one of your top talents there, being able to coach other people and develop plans and try to communicate, and that is very, very important, especially when everybody's got the jitters there potentially on that big stage. And so having that guy as their backup, as the coach, and playing that position is actually really important.
And it's important. I mentioned this earlier. I was talking to Damien backstage, and so he's not just going to coach the whole time around. Basically, depending on who they're up against and their strategies, they will swap between different members. So this is a six-man roster, which is not something we see all the time in Clash of Clans.
Yeah, and we've seen that actually hold teams back where they only run a 5-team roster, and then some of them not able to make it, and then the whole team's not able to make it. So it's smart running that 6-player, and honestly, I love what they're doing rotating here.
Well, it worked out earlier today, but it also worked out for the United guys. Both of these teams are on the top side of the bracket again. So this United Gaming roster, these guys are also hot. We saw them, like we said, just before, and for my money, Goreticus, I'm just going to say it, the most clutch player here.
100%. I backed that earlier. And one thing we see here is the NA GOAT, Nick, sitting on the sideline playing coach. He's put in his work, got those rings, and kind of handling that expertise of helping guide his team to another victory.
Absolutely, but you have so much talent on this team here. You're looking at players who have tons of World Championship appearances. So Enrico Torres, you have Agent with his just sheer experience on stage there. I'd say he is often playing alongside Nick there, but I'd say often he outperforms him. And then Goreticus, obviously that massive clutch player, the rookie. Like, this whole team is completely stacked.
I mean, this right now what we're looking at is when they played during the regular season earlier, and Aphelion actually wound up on top, which, again, surprised a couple of fans at home.
Agreed. I like this Aphelion squad. Coming into the season, I had nothing but good things to say about them. I think they made solid adds, and they can play out of their mind. I don't think it's going to go this way again, just to be completely honest. Like Goreticus said, once they get to LAN, United shifts gear, focuses on LAN, and they deliver. And we see that time and time again.
Well, you also see that a lot of times with teams that end up being streamed on Twitch a lot more often, where they may have fresh faces and they come a lot more prepared for a major tournament like this, where if they're playing on Twitch every day and they're such a popular team that everybody is constantly trying to cover them, they end up struggling on defense a little bit there, so they can definitely step it up on that side, and we can see a completely different story. But as the hit rates show, we actually have the favor of United Gaming, which is, I mean, that's what we expect here.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like you said, what we expect. The level up here at LAN, I think, is really important. You know, Gretica said that sometimes we kind of are spread a little thin, but at LAN, this is all we're doing. So that is for sure what these players are thinking about. But do not count out this Aphelion squad whatsoever. I think those numbers are important for context. But once we step on the stage at PAX, live in person with the cheering fans in the crowd, I think a lot is just any given Sunday.
And we saw Aphelion's bases hold really well. I mean, Aphelion, I think, is the younger of the two teams here, but they are very experienced. These guys put in a lot of work, a lot of practice in various leagues. They don't just run this league. Same with United. I'm not trying to say United only runs this. These two are very experienced teams. Honestly, I thought this could be a sneak peek of our grand final. I know we're kind of hyping up United versus Empire, but I'm really high on this Aphelion team.
I get it, dude. I really do. Seeing players like Damien are prolific. Like, he plays well, but again, that humility really, I'm just not going to stop mentioning it. It is important, it is impressive, and that makes a good competitor.
Yeah, exactly. But guys, this is going to be a wild, wild match here. And at a minimum, both of these teams are going to get third place in the overall competition by surviving to this upper bracket finals.
Well, we've got these finals right in front of us. Again, I'm going to ask y'all to get involved. Let us know who you think is going to win, whether it's the Astronaut Boys on Aphelion or if United Gaming are going to unite themselves to a victory. Put it in the chat and let me know. Either way, guys, this is our last war of the day. Tomorrow, we say goodbye to a team and we say hello to a champion. But we've got to do our upper bracket finals first, and I think it's about time to jump. So, Bash and Eric, one last time, I'll see you on the other side.
Let's go. This is going to be really good. Now, one thing we need to talk about here, Eric, the loser of this does go down and play the winner of 50 Shades of Hog versus Empire. But the winner will go on to the upper bracket finals and basically have 2 lives. They can force a bracket reset, so they're still going to have that big advantage. So winning this is massive, and it's going to be Rigo Torres starting us off with a similar attack that we saw earlier. He has 10 balloons here that are going to go in and support a battle blimp that's going to have, it looks like just Yetis, I'm assuming, but using the Warden ability to protect those balloons to get into that multi-target Inferno, Queen will go ahead and charge into the base and follow up with Super Barbs.
Using a big investment to just wipe out the entire area of the base there. But on top of that, also get the CC pull here, wipe out that section of the base there, get into the core of the base, and hopefully get that Eagle Artillery down, pick up the Expos on the outside of the base there, does claim the Eagle Artillery, and picks up the Multi-Inferno. Rigo Torres off to a very, very good setup here, and often that setup is usually what we can use to decide what is going to go after that. So if you can get a strong setup here, then you have a very high chance of success to be able to continue through. But he's got a very long path as well, and you can see the Queen just getting funneled in with the wall break into the defensive Queen, into the scatter shot, and he does have a jump spell on standby. But we got to be careful with the jump. We got to make sure that the jump only gives us access forward to the Town Hall compartment from where he's standing, and not off to the side. But look at this Warden. What's up with these Wardens today? These Wardens just will not go down, and that one pushing all the way in to go get an extra ground expo on top of everything else he's already done.
I think they're just base identification. They're bringing in 10 balloons with these Wardens. With that Warden ability, they're able to push those balloons through, clear out any threats to the Warden, so the Warden can come in and just keep working. Now the Queen does go ahead and take that jump. The King cut off any distractions, so the Queen will go right in for the Town Hall. He still got those 22 Super Barbarians to accompany the Royal Champion throughout the rest of the base. Queen's now locked onto the Town Hall. He's just got to get through that Town Hall, through the Monolith. He's going to push through the middle. The Royal Champion should be able to do that and have those barbs kind of push her in.
I like that as soon as the Town Hall went down and the beams weren't going to be able to completely destroy the skeletons, he put a skeleton spell onto the Monolith to disable it so the Royal Champion can move through unimpeded. But now he's got Super Barbarians rushing into the defensive Royal Champion. A wall break up there to make sure that they don't have to go over walls to reach her, and then they can surge in and support with tanking and damage output in that compartment. Rigo Torres with the pickup here. That one's clearly a triple. Royal Champion ability still intact here. Plenty of spell support to push through, and plenty of time to put the first triple on the board here for United Gaming.
Rigo Torres, 2 for 2 on the day, and it's another 3-star to start United off. These guys are playing on another level. They're looking like that champion that we've seen them in the past. Man, these guys are going to be tough to beat, Eric.
Yeah, imagine them claiming another championship. Like they're the favorite. They always seem to be the favorite, even when they come in a little bit shaky in from the challenge phase there with a couple losses under the belt. As soon as they hit that live stage, as soon as they're playing into the lights with the live audience, they hunker down and they get the job done over and over and over. That's why they're one of my favorite teams to watch on the stage here.
And that's kind of what Granicus was talking about, though. I mean, they're guys with jobs at home. They have work, they have family, they have lives. And I think that encapsulates a lot of the NA circuit. It's a lot of players that have a lot going on outside of Clash of Clans, but when it comes down to it, these teams know when to buckle down, they know when to put in the work, and ultimately, I mean, you can see it time and time again with United. One of the most consistent squads at any LAN, not alone NA LAN, just any LAN in general.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rigo Torres definitely has more experience on the stage than anybody else on this squad, anybody else in North America. I think I've seen him play on more stages than most people among like the top pro teams all throughout the world there. He also plays with Strut Esports, if you didn't know, when he plays in the international circuits here. But when he's into the North American circuits, he's right here at home with United Gaming, and he's one of their best players.
So good, so good. Now it's going to be up for Max, looking with the super barbs here. It looks like a Skelly Donut with the super barbs. Going to try to take out the Clan Castle, use those bat spells to take out the multi-target Inferno and the Expo as well. If this Skelly Donut is perfectly placed, he should be rewarded with a huge chunk of this base taken out, and he is. Look at that. Multi-CC and the Expo is down. Now with the CC destroyed, no troops will come out to distract his troops. Now he's going to go with that heavy investment of the battle blimp with all those balloons in towards the Town Hall.
Yeah, going to knock back to the sweeper though. Tornado Trap, Black Air Bombs, but he does have the Black Air Bombs make contact with the blimp there before it ends up coming out of the Ward Ability Protection, so he's still able to lock in the Town Hall takedown. Big pickup right there. Warden's still moving. Warden, come on, take out that monolith right there. At least he steps away. He doesn't get the monolith down, but at least he steps away and will have a chance to survive. Nope, just kidding.
All right, here we go with the barbs, but real quick, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors at Snapdragon Elite Gaming. When winning matters, make sure you guys are thinking Snapdragon Elite Gaming. Always a huge shout out to them, man. One of the best tournaments I've ever been a part of. So thankful to have sponsors like them to put on these awesome events. All right, Max working in here now with the Super Barbarians and the Heroes. Going to push into this base. There's a lot of base remaining. He did get a nice little chunk out, but that monolith could ultimately be an issue on the back side. We'll have to see if that factors in a little bit later.
Yeah, but the World Champion's right there. She's locked it on with all those Super Barbarians, giving tons of distraction to the monolith there. A lot of investment, but the World Champion is veering away. The King's going that way, though. The King already used his ability, though. Does he have Phoenix? No. King had Frosty there, so he steps his way in, and he does not get the monolith down. It's at very low HP, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. Max is kind of struggling on this one. There's a lot of base left here, and he's just run out of steam there with his World Champion getting targeted by the defensive World Champion, taking a heavy amount of damage from that, and she's just not going to have the punch, and he's going to leave quite a bit of percentage on the board here.
That is tough. He doesn't have a whole lot of cleanup. He should have enough to get towards 80, but man, with the way that United is playing, you can't afford too many misses, let alone an early miss less than 80%.
Yeah, a lot of percentage left on the board here. Doesn't have... He invested so many Super Barbarians to go after the defensive monolith there that he just didn't have the support on the right side of the base there. If he would have got that monolith down with the Yeti Bomb or with the balloons that were searching that area there, I think would have been in a very, very good spot, because he would have had all the Barbarians that he could have then deployed on the right side, not have to worry about the monolith on his left flank. But he was trying to make the adjustments there, and he just couldn't quite get past that monolith and get it dealt with there. And it's such a daunting defense to get through that he invested everything, and it ultimately stood anyways, and all that extra investment was wasted and left a lot of percentage that he could have grabbed instead.
Yeah, big disappointment there for Max. The big advantage now over to United Gaming. Not only are they up a star, but they are up 22%. Early on in the war, that is a tough spot to be in, but ultimately, there's still a lot of war to be had, and we've seen a lot of crazy things happen in the Clash of Clans esports space. So this one's not over by any means, but Aphelion is going to have to continue, or I guess strengthen the way they're playing, and look to bounce back, maybe get a couple of defenses here.
Yeah, if that Monolith was so close to having a chance to go down there, if the Warden would have just had a couple more troops there or just a couple balloons really, to be able to direct his targeting in there to lock that Monolith down, may have had a chance. But you can see all the super barbarians and headhunters and everything that were dumped in that Monolith area, also with the King Center right there, giving it a bit of extra protection on top of that. Like, he put everything he had into that left side, and he needed everything onto the right side so his heroes could wrap through and get the protection the super barbarians providing tanking.
Man, it's a heartbreaker seeing that, the disappointment in the players' faces. It is one of the toughest things to see, but Ghost is coming in next. Ghost with the Twin Hog, a Skelly Donut attack here. So gonna take a similar approach to Max's, taking out the Inferno Tower there, the Clan Castle with the Skeleton Spells and the Rage and the Invisibility. Also looking to get the Expo down as well. Is he going for both Expos here? Wow, is this going to be a 4-target Skelly Donut?
That was nice, and he got an extra Tesla as well, so...
He didn't get that other bow, but
yeah,
it was close.
Yeah, that bow would have been, honestly, I think, one of the more important ones here, because that's the one that is going to be locking onto his Queen, as she will need to go in towards that Town Hall. But I am a little bit concerned about the Invisibility Tower, Monolith, and King combination off to the right. So if he wants to push his heroes towards the Town Hall, then he'd have to go deal with that. And like, we have some people use like the Road Champion to go try to pre-trigger the Invisibility Tower to push into a corner like that. But that doesn't seem to be the approach that he's taken here. And we'll see how far he can get here, because it looks like he's going to be using the Blimp to go secure the Town Hall. But I'm going to be keeping a very, very close eye on that Invisibility Tower to see how he handles it.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach. These invisibility towers, we don't see them a ton in the esports, but sometimes they can really throw you for a loop. So when some of those surrounding buildings are going to take damage, that invisibility tower is going to go off, and for 4.5 seconds, it's going to make everything in its radius invisible, which will be the Monolith, the Town Hall, those Wizard Towers. So that's going to make those troops kind of retarget around there. And man, this could be tough. Let's see how Ghost handles it.
Yeah, but he's also kind of taking a risk there, because the Blimp is seeming to be what's going after the Town Hall. He'll have the board ability to protect the Blimp, but it has a very long approach. There's no backups to secure the Town Hall. If this Blimp misses it, he's putting a lot of faith in this Blimp. And he takes a bunch of traps, and it arrives, and he freezes, and takes the Town Hall down. Ghost is still left with a lot of base still moving here, but that big risk does pay off, and he's got a lot of troops moving across the top side.
That was close to being a Blimp fail there, Eric. Those Seeking Air Mines, man, just a split second later, and they take that Blimp down early. But look at this, the Monolith is dealing damage. He still has that Invis Tower to deal with as well. He does have a few balloons to support the World Champion as she pushes through. Still has the Warden up here, and a few Hog Riders still pushing in, but there's a lot of base remaining, 40 seconds. Oh, the Monolith goes invisible. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah, as Roar Champion can target by the Monolith while it's invisible, so he can't target it back there. He does end up forcing her ability there, but she does step forward. She goes over to the ground skulls. Get off the ground skulls. Get the stun. Get the lockdown. Nice. There it is. Ghost picks up another triple, and United Gaming will keep even more pressure applied here with 2 triples on the board out of the gate.
Calculated risks from Ghost. Man, you talked about this earlier in the show, Eric, where you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to take those risks. I think this is a perfect example of that. Ghost took a really huge risk, sending that Blimp so far, and ultimately it pays off for him. Getting that Town Hall down, thins out the defenses there so he can finish it off with that Royal Champion. Great attack, and Aphelion is up against the wall.
Absolutely, but they need to rally here. They got that early miss, but it's only the first attack of the war. There's plenty of war to be able to pull back and rally after that significant miss there. But it was 78%. They could definitely pull it back from there. And they just need to now get a triple to match. You don't want to be down on percentage and down by 2 stars. So this next attacker has a lot of weight on his shoulders here to be able to rally the team and pull a win and make the comeback.
Eric, I don't know, man. This United team is playing on a whole different level. I mean, we had misses from Ninja and Agent last war. Remember, Ninja's was a 99%, and Agent's was kind of uncharacteristic. I think this United team, man, Atlanta is just a whole different beast. How do you combat this? I mean, it is going to be so tough to overcome. Yeah, we had a lot of war going, but the way this team is playing right now is just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, you see the sigh of relief there as Ghost is able to lock that one in. But now, a very strong attacker, BJG Ball, are going to be driving in for Aphelion. And didn't he triple last war? I'm pretty sure that he missed. He did miss? All right, well, we'll see if he can get it done here. as he gets ready for the... Oh, yeah. Didn't he use this attack last war as well?
He used the Zap Lalo because, remember, I thought the blimp fell short, but you think it was supposed to be that way. That's to be debated. But let's see what he does here. He does go with that similar Zap approach here. Now he's going to go ahead and work the heroes in. Does have the Battle Blimp selected. The King takes out his world champion, or was that defending world champion?
That was defensive world champion.
Okay,
his world champion yet to be deployed.
Okay, yeah. His King and defensive world champion. Gotcha.
Yeah, but the Queen going to continue off over to the Eagle Artillery, able to connect the heroes into the area that was taken out by the lightning. That's one of the biggest things we're looking for when we do any of these Zap or Skelly Donut attacks there. We create a hole in the base there with the lightning, with the Skelly Donut, or sometimes with the Siege Machine, and then we need to connect to it with our heroes, make sure there's no alternate pathing for our balloons to go on other than the targets that are directly in front of them with a evenly spaced air defense along the path there to keep the tanking in the right positions as well. But we often see a lot of traps around the town hall, so got to be watching for red air bombs popping off here and hitting a lot of these balloons. Rage up on the approach there, early ward ability. It's kind of a really early ward ability, and he's not taking the path to the town hall. BJG Baller is in a little bit of a bind right now, trying to figure out how to get that town hall down, and he's forced to use the blimp.
Battle Blimp was the plan the whole time, Eric.
Is it?
No, it definitely wasn't. I think he wanted to switch that out, maybe go Battle Blimp into that scatter compartment down there. But he just didn't get the padding. He didn't get the balloons. They were fading in there, so they weren't able to push through the Town Hall at 4. So early warden ability. He did have 11 balloons on reserve, so maybe he could have strengthened that balloon push. He could have maybe used a couple balloons on that Tesla and pushed them through the core. I don't know. I don't know why he was so conservative with the balloons there.
Yeah, but he's still got 11 balloons on standby here. The World Champion's still moving. He's got a skeleton spell. He throws down his last haste. He can put the skeleton spell onto the Queen. He does right there, but the multi-inferno doing a ton of damage. The World Champion to get in there, get the stun on it, but she's got a Lava Hound still on defense that now is going to come out and potentially cause some problems. Here comes the Headhunters trying to lock at the Queen. He's trying everything he can to try to salvage this attack here, but that scatter shot ends up standing, and the World Champion gets shut down as she gets stuck on the Lava Hound, and he's going to get the percentage up here, but they're going to be 2 stars behind in this upper bracket finals. Not where you want it to be. Not against the defending champions, not against United Gaming.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, that one felt really awkward. He saved the siege very late here. It did ultimately have to come in and save the town hall, but I don't know if the plan was to run that siege into that scatter queen compartment, then maybe thin that out and run the remaining balloons through, but ultimately saved too many balloons, didn't get the push through the town hall. It's going to be 85%, but the bigger story here, they're down 2 stars. That's going to be so tough to overcome with 3 attacks left.
Yeah, I think one of the difficult things about the Lalo attacks there is just how you handle the defensive CC, and if the CC comes out and engages you at a very awkward time, like that Lava Hound coming out there late in the attack there, where the King and Queen never pulled the Lava Hound out, only Headhunters. You can see that we're going towards the top of the base there, and he burned his poison onto it, so then he didn't have it for later on, and you're just trying to maybe get the Lalo to generate some pups and go deal with that defensive CC and maybe have a chance to pull through. But if you don't even secure the talent takedown with the main push right there, invest in the Rage, invest in the Warden, that was definitely the target of the Lalo, and then he could have just had the blimp drop in that Yeti Bomb to support down south, and I don't know, the Lava Hound still would have been a problem there either way. I'm kind of curious what his thoughts would be on that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's tough. It's a really tough one, but Agent 33 is up next, and it's a Hydra attack here with Recall, maybe, I was going to say Skelly Donut, but he has 3 skeleton spells, only 1 Invis, so that usually isn't keen for a Skelly Donut. Maybe just going to use these skeleton spells to support the Hydra as they push through, but he's going to go with that traditional setup where you use the Queen, recall her, and then set up the pathing for the Dragons to push through. Does he set the Queen over at 9 o'clock and then run a blimp to the Town Hall here?
Looks like that's what he's doing there. Looks like the Queen will redeploy there. A Giant is deployed out in front of her. Give her some protection there. No healers in this one here, so he gets more Dragons, and that's the power of the recall spell. I know this attack can be very, very powerful, and Agent is very, very good at it. He's got a keen eye for it. And now we'll see what he can do here as he sends in the Dragons, the Balloons just to go soak up any traps out front. Dragon is down behind for extra damage output, gets the defensive road champion dealt with, and then he can pop the ward ability and times it with the I guess, the Eagle Artillery strikes there and protecting that blimp. So very, very good ward ability right there as he pushes in the core of the base.
Agent 33 with the Hydra. Got to get this Town Hall down. It's dealing a lot of damage. Finally, the balloons and Dragon Rider comes out of the clan castle to destroy the Town Hall. Those dragons are pushing through. The Queen is still fine up there. She's over there on the left-hand side there, joined up now with the King. King taking an awkward path. Queen needs to get through that monolith sooner than later as it's dealing a lot of damage. The base has been thinned out, Eric, but he's got to sweep through the backside. There's a lot here, though.
Yeah, but he does get the core of the base there wiped out with the dragons. The Warden and that Dragon Rider do some fantastic work right there. The biggest threat left on this base here is this defensive Queen, but the dragons have done what they need to do, and the Warden's still not done. Okay, he's done now, but he does get some damage over the defensive Queen, and with her being the biggest threat left on the base here, he needs to find a way to get past her. He's got the freezes, though, and the freezes can be a very, very big impact spell right here to shut her down, and if he can just make the way clear here for his Rogue Champion, he can slip by and get her to take everything else out.
Let's see, Eric. Here we go. Freeze spells in. Queen's going to go down. Man, really nice timing there. He does still have a couple super barbs. Here comes that Royal Champion in here. All right. Agent 33 has to get through this defending King, which can slow up these heroes. Time really not an issue here. Loses that final dragon to a Seeking Airmine, but it's all on the heroes' backs here. Queen is being supported by Frosty. Frosty's out in front. The King is kind of away. I think he's fine here. Oh my goodness. The United Gaming, Eric, who's going to stop him?
Yeah, they are playing top tier right now, and that's just how they are. Every time they get onto this big stage, United Gaming delivers again. 3 triples on the board, and they are flawless as this match reaches the halfway point.
This is crazy. This is what I was talking about. Agent, like, you know, that 89% last war, kind of uncharacteristic for him. He's always really close. Gets a 3-star. We've seen Ninja time and time again be right there at the cusp of a 3-star. These guys can put up some numbers. It's going to be tough for anyone to overcome this team here at PAX West. This is a really strong squad.
Yeah, and also, if you didn't know, these are the same teams that reached the grand finals in San Diego last season. So it's like a rematch of that in this upper bracket finals. But right now, just like we saw in that previous season, they used to play under the name Lotus Gaming there. You can see that they were able to take that win in that grand finals 11-10. So the meta shifted a little bit here since then, and they're still the top team, but they're even performing higher than they did back in San Diego.
They're performing way higher than they did at San Diego. Like, these wars have not been that close, and right now they are really showing why they are a dominant force in Clash of Clans. I feel like the meta shift that happened recently to those super barb attacks kind of played into their hand, especially for like Rigo. Rigo was struggling throughout Challenge, and now with Rigo using these Queen Charge super barb attacks, he's elevated. I mean, look at this, 2 for 2 so far. We got Ghost going 2 for 2 so far. I mean, these guys are playing so strong.
Absolutely, but now Van will return fire. Need to pull this war back. 3 attacks remaining for Aphelion. This attack will be a defining moment whether they can make the comeback in this war or not. If he's able to get a triple here and keep them within 2 stars with 2 attacks remaining for each team, then they still could end up pulling this back here if they get some good defenses. But it's a good start here. Get the Skelly Donut to take out the CC, the Multi-Inferno, getting that Expo. Not the Expo. Not going to get the Expo here, but he did receive the takedown of the CC and the multi, and those were the key targets to be able to set this attack up and give it a chance.
All right, here we go, pushing in here with the heroes. Does still have some super barbs, still has a lot of support troops here for the heroes. I like this approach quite a bit for Van, but this is a do or die attack. You have to get on the board with the triple right now. I don't think there's any other alternative. This is a must triple attack for this Aphelion squad.
Just going to dive the heroes in and get the Eagle Artillery down. Roar Champion going right in between the King and the Queen to go in after the scatter shots, going after the Expos. And with CC already out of the way here, doesn't have to worry about the CC troops coming out and distracting and delaying his heroes while they're under fire. So that's why this attack ends up being so strong, because you just get so much additional value out of your heroes when you set it up like this. But going to lead that scatter shot, get that scatter shot up on the left side. He's going to stay standing, and he will now have to take the rest of the base here with Lalo with the early Warden ability and the Blimp sailing to go secure the town hall even while facing a sweeper.
Yeah, that's why he hit that Warden ability so that the Blimp would get in there, take that town hall down. Yetis are going to go ahead and work through here, trying to take out that defending Queen. They get some significant damage on her, but I think she's going to remain up. But they do get that single target Inferno out as well. But this Lalo is being thinned now. That sweeper pushing back. This is a tough Lalo to finish with that scatter shot on the backside. He still has spells, Man, this is going to be a tough one. Queen stayed up and the scatter on the backside. Man, Aphelion, the ball is not bouncing their way right now.
Gotta get the Headhunters into the defensive. Queen looking at ground defense in the area there. They can snipe off the Headhunters. We're looking at ground expo right above the Queen that was supposed to be gone at the start of the attack there. So that's going to complicate things very, very heavily as he makes his way through. But he still has 8 balloons on standby. The Warden's still moving. Dragon Rider still moving. Uses the freeze to get into the defensive Queen right there. But what's he doing there? He's got to find a way to deal with her. He got the Headhunters coming in now. They come in from the right side. They do lock on. They do take her down. That gives him a little bit of a glimmer of hope here. He's just trying to put the exact right number of balloons into each of the defenses, but he just doesn't have enough balloons on standby to be able to get into the scatter shot in the expo up top, and he's kind of struggling here. And this would have been the clutch attack that they needed, and he just can't quite pull it through.
Man, what a heartbreak here for Aphelion. Van, this attack falls short for him. Percentage is going to be fine, but with this fail, this one's pretty much out of reach for Aphelion. Never say never. Anything can happen here. We've seen some crazy things, but this United squad, man, they are playing crazy. 88% 2-star on that one, and they fall even further behind. But let's take a quick moment to hop down to Gabby. She's got an interview with our community correspondent, Erica.
That I do, that I do. I know we're coming off of a little bit of a dark moment for Aphelion there, but let's brighten things up a bit. You always put a smile on my face when you have popped on the screen throughout the season. Can you introduce yourself for any of the new people watching?
Yes, my name is Erica. I'm actually the community correspondent for Snapdragon. So it's been a fun couple of weeks going through, understanding kind of what's going down outside of the Clash of Clans community. So, you know, it's fun being here in LAN and actually seeing the people and seeing what they do outside of the Clash too. I mean, even last night we saw Dobbs doing a little juggling contest for us. So it's been a lot of fun, and especially getting to know them outside of the Clash competitive scene.
You've been responsible for allowing us to get to know them outside of the competitive scene as well through the community spotlights that you provided, whether it's juggling or otherwise. Are there any favorite moments for you in those pieces?
Oh, favorite moments? I guess just like, because I speak to a lot of the guys outside of this whenever I stream and stuff too, so I always pressure them into the questions. So whenever they actually tell me something that I don't know, I'm like, wait, what the heck? Why didn't you ever tell me that before? So that's kind of one of my favorite moments, and just seeing what they do outside of the competitive scene, like I said.
Good moments to be had. I know that you might need to send your energy to Aphelion a little bit here. Do you think they're going to be able to bring it back?
Yes, because I'm a huge AE fan, so they will be coming back. I'm a big Pavia fan too, so we better see him triple or else, but you know what, we'll see.
We're just yeeting that energy onto the stage. Thank you for joining me here.
Thank you so much.
Ninjas yeet some super minions here to Van's Town Hall. A super minion cloned up and Rage. They're going to go ahead and just take a big chunk out here. Aphelion needs a defense in the worst way possible, but this 2-star will be secured here for Ninja, which really puts this one in a tough spot. But ultimately, Ninja's looking to get this 3-star. Let's be honest here. He's looking to get the 3-star as these dragons kind of thin out the middle of the base.
Yeah, just wipe out the core of the base there with that super minion bomb. But at this point, because United Gaming has established a 3-star lead with 2 attacks remaining, they could just save 2-star out, and this one very, very safe. So they can start into the planning for the final attack and make sure that it just does not go to a 1-star no matter what, and they can make sure that they can secure their victory and move into the grand finals. But yeah, this isn't still looking very, very strong. Like, this attack is a big part of the meta right now. If you're looking for an attack that can set up very, very quickly and get the Town Hall down safely, then the Super Minion Bomb is a huge, huge way to do that. And Ninja's looking very, very strong with multiple hero abilities still intact as he makes the approach to the final defenses.
Eric, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Don't.
What a better way to go into the finals than with a perfect. With a perfect war. Okay. That's what Ninja's looking for here. He wants the perfect in the worst way possible. Let's see if he can get through here. Dragons are all thinned out. It's all on the heroes. Oh, man. Did I jinx it?
That's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about. So I was saying, don't jinx it. I jinxed it in the last war.
I want the perfect war. It doesn't matter. The war's decided at this point, Eric. Let's be honest here. This Monolith giving him a little bit of issues. I think he's still okay here.
Yeah, look at all the archers that split off over to that battle builder left side of the base there, but I think they're going to get picked off. But the World Champion keeps moving. Diggy keeps moving. 25 seconds to cross it back through.
Is he going to get another
He's
99?
not sure. He's not sure, but you know what?
He's going to get another. He's going to get another 99.
Is he, though? No, he's got 15 seconds. He can reach the last building there. He just needs to wrap through and take it. 10 seconds to cross through. I'm watching that camera. I'm watching that camera. He's stepping through. 5 seconds. The Battle Builder returns. He's going to stun and select that Battle Builder down. Steps in. Lays the triple. 12 stars on the board. They're going for the perfect war.
I told you, Eric, I would never jinx someone. I know my guy Ninja's going to let me down. I'm not the jinx king out here. GG, Ninja.
You tried to, though. You tried to. Not as bad as I did.
Did you see his face, though? Ninja's like, are you kidding me? Another 99? No way. But he ultimately gets the 3-star, and it's 4 for 4. United Gaming looking dominant. They're going to have Goreticus to finish us off. This team looks crazy good right now.
Oh, yeah. Like, to have a defensive shutout and perfect offense at the same time is kind of unheard of here. Not at this level. Not in an upper bracket finals at a LAN event.
I mean, like I said at the beginning here, LAN United, it's on a whole different level. GG's to Ninja getting that 3-star. I know he's hyped up. I thought he had the 99, not gonna lie to you. Oh man, but check it out, guys. Our Snapdragon performance meter, our devices currently running at 116 frames per second. Mobile devices running at 116 FPS. Eric, your PC can't even handle that.
Yeah, my PC breaks all the time, so let's not talk about that. Maybe I need to get a Snapdragon processor somehow installed into it. All right, well, Dobbs Ben will come in for the 4th attack for Aphelion as they are looking to be sent packing down to the lower bracket here. Like, unless we just had a complete miss out of the last attack here from United Gaming, then their chances are basically down to absolute minimum. Like, we're talking like 1%, less than 1%, I don't even know. Like, the chances that we end up throwing for United Gaming at this point here is almost nothing. But that doesn't mean they're not going to keep taking swings here and just try to build that confidence back here as they close out the war and get ready for that lower bracket tomorrow.
Eric, I haven't said my favorite word yet. Momentum. We're talking about building that momentum for tomorrow. You don't want to just give up. Yeah, Aphelion's playing crazy. They came out here and they showed why they're the defending champions. But you want to build that momentum going into tomorrow. They don't play right away, but they got that second war tomorrow. So you want to show whoever does make it there, which 50 Shades of Hog, Empire, 2 really well-respected teams. You want to show them that you're not just going to roll over. You're going to give them a fight as well. So build that momentum right now, finish strong, and look to rebound tomorrow. That's ultimately all you have to do.
This attack isn't going exactly perfect, though. Definitely still manageable, though. Left up that scatter shot in the very core of the base. But he does get all the trash cleared at the very bottom here. He's got a minute and 30 with 50% of the base there gone. Good pacing so far. But he is throwing in Super Barbarians to go in there and rush the Monolith. He's able to lock onto it directly and get inside the minimum range, or excuse me, the scatter shot. And he does get it down there, and he will secure that area. But pretty heavy investment to go back for it. And so now he'll have less Super Barbarians to support his World Champion. She starts on the left side of the base there and still needs to secure the Town Hall. And this Queen, like, where is she going? She's kind of swinging wide there, but she finally steps back and will lock on the Town Hall.
The Queen wants to go this way, that way. Now,
World
the proper way to get the Town Hall. Oh, what happened at the bottom, though, Eric? That compartment just crushed all the Super Barbs and the Royal Champion. There's nothing went Aphelion's way this war, man. Like, they were close on a lot of attacks. It just seems like the United bases just kind of gave them some issues, and that's one of the things we haven't really talked about a lot today. Not only is United really strong offensively, we see that, the perfect 4 for 4, but they have base builders like Ghost and Ninja on that squad, 2 really well-respected base builders throughout the Clash of Clans esports community. It makes it tough to even beat them. I mean, even if they struggle, you got to go up against those crazy bases.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Because United Gaming is such a popular team, they get a lot more coverage on Twitch. So when like a normal war where they're just playing every single day on a community tournament and they have a lot of bases that have been burned on the streams, then the people generally can look back at old streams and try to figure out how to take them down and try to replicate attacks and stuff like that. But when they arrive to a stage and they come out with fresh bases that have never been seen before, and the opponent has to solve the puzzle like fresh, like, it's a completely different story here. And when you have their base building team there, when you have players like Ninja and you have Ghost on the same team who are world renowned for their base building, it does make it very difficult to get anything through on them.
Hey, yo, Ninja Ghost, my CWL just started. I need a base, bro. Hook me up. Hook me up. But, I mean, these guys are perfect. That's for $20,000 on the line for first place. That's when you want to bring out those fresh bases. You're 100% right, Eric. And these guys put in the work. They put in a lot of testing, a lot of time. and it's paying off for him. I want to see it. I'm not going to say it. I already said it.
You
I
did
want to
say
see
it.
it, Eric.
You're trying to jinx it, though.
I don't care. It's Garrett. I already called him Captain Clutch. Let's go.
You're right. You're right. I mean, it's the chance to then send an even stronger message to whoever steps up out of that lower bracket and will challenge them in the grand finals. But here we go. This attack will close out the war for United Gaming. 12 stars on the board, going for the perfect 5 out of 5 if he can pull this off here. And he's breaking out the dragons. A little bit of lightning takes out the sweeper in the middle of the base there to prevent any knockback. And he will get this funnel set and get ready to come into the very top of the base here. This historically has been a very, very strong approach against this style base, and we'll see how far he can get.
The super minion clone bomb Hydra here. Now, one thing I want to point out, last war we didn't see them use any dragon attacks. It was all barbs and hogs. This shows how they're able to adapt. They switch up, they run a few dragon attacks here, and look where they're at, man. It's crazy how well this team is to adapt. He's going to go ahead and clone up these super minions, rage them up, keep them invisible. Now they'll gut out the middle of this base, and we saw this on the previous attack, where you gut out that base, and then you run the heroes around and finish it off.
Notice how he only put in air troops inside of the CC range there, and Super Minion was able to drop out of that blimp there and take the CC down, so he never had to deal with any CC troops, and that means his heroes, as they continue to wrap around now, will not be interrupted and have to go deal with them in the middle of while they're under fire when they have some very threatening defenses ahead of them. So yeah, look at that Warden.
Warden, get the scatter.
Yeah, he's got the Phoenix there. He's going to pick it up. Yeah, that's why we run the Phoenix on the Warden and Dragon attacks there. Love to see that. It is always the best pet to put on the Warden during all the Dragon attacks.
I wanted that scatter to go down because, man, this is looking really thinned out. And with that scatter down, it's looking even better. Royal Champion had to be deployed. He still has an invisibility spell to support. It's going to come down. All right, here we go. Royal Champion's coming through the middle of the base. It's going to come down to these heroes. Still has Queen ability. King is tanking out in front for the Queen. Royal Champion's now going to be in, but there's not too many crazy threats left here. And with hero abilities left, I like his chances.
Yeah, just got to get past these ground skellies. They're popping to the core of the base here. Come on. I want to see this perfect war. Come on, Grinicus, close it out. He's got that RC ability going off. The Queen stepping around the corner there will lock directly onto the Expo, taking out some big threats over there, and keep on moving. 40 seconds to go, but he's really low on cleanup troops here. A lot of time left on the clock here, but there's a lot of base left to move through. And I feel like he's going to get the defenses down. I think he just needs to beat the clock on this one.
Yeah, I agree, Eric. There's like no cleanup here. He's got an invis for the RC, still got Diggy going. Come on, Geraticus, push through here. Queen's got the archers spawned up here. All right, good invis.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
I love the invis. Make the air defense invisible so the Royal Champion will target over to the cannon.
Oh, ground skellies, ground skellies.
Okay,
Come on,
seconds.
survive, Royal Champion, survive. Get the stun, get the stun. Frosty, slow it down. Stepping his way in. Got the strike, but he's still not there. Stepping his way through. Oh, baby, it's a triple. Perfect war in the upper bracket finals. And United Gaming, our defending champions, will advance into the grand finals here at PAX Seattle.
Man, I thought the time was going to expire. I thought the time was going to expire. Geraticus, ultimately the Warden getting that scatter shot was the difference maker on that attack. That scatter's still up. That's not a 3-star. It's a perfect war, Eric. We have not seen this dominating of a performance from a team at LAN. And United, man, they are looking like they are going to be so hard to beat tomorrow in the finals.
Absolutely. I wonder who will end up surviving to be able to challenge them.
Good luck.
I mean, I feel like Empire has the best chance. We saw such a strong performance in the semifinals out of Empire. I would expect them to be able to swing back and maybe sweep that lower bracket and end up challenging them in the finals. And you know that they would be the team that would be the most hyped up to be able to make that run.
I mean, that's what we've been talking about, Eric. We talked about that matchup maybe being a preview of our grand finals. And if it gets back to it, we could really have a high-octane finals here at PAX West. Man, what a war. 15 stars so far. Oh, wait, the war's not over. We got Peivu still to go.
Yeah.
My bad, Peivu. I'm sorry. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. It's Hog Riders here. My apologies. I thought that was the last attack.
Yeah, definitely not. And we'll see now if how strong these United Gaming bases are going to hold here, as this will be the player with the most amount of time to plan their attack out. And it looks like a Blimp is able to drop into Yeti Bomb into that top compartment there, and he can now push his Queen off to the left. He's got to funnel up ahead of her to get it around into the corner there, but making sure that Queen hugs the walls very, very, very tight. Got to make sure the Queen stays in the range of the scatter shot, so the scatter shot does not switch targets and go on to the healers. And now, with that funnel established on the bottom side of that compartment and the Blimp able to clear out the top side of the compartment with even more support up there, the Queen will drive right into the multi and then maybe across into the Town Hall. Like, this is a very, very ambitious charge here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Peibu really strong with the Queen charge, but let's see what he can do here, if he can push it through here. Queen is a little bit under a little bit of fire here as the Lava Hound's going to come over and distract. Some of that fire is dissipated here. Now the Queen can go ahead and take out that Lava Hound, no problem. King's on the top side taking those Eagle shots, but it's a long way to go here. Still has 21 Hog Riders, the Warden, and the Royal Champion yet to be deployed.
I'm not sure how he makes the transition into the Town Hall compartment other than just, I guess, walking around down south if this Queen will actually cooperate, but I feel like she may end up going and attacking a wall in the core of the base there, and it's kind of a wild card which wall she decides to go after, but he's going to try to encourage this Queen the best he can by clearing out everything on the top side with the King and the Hogs. The King gets all the way to the middle of the base there and will provide a very, very key tanking position under Phoenix, under invincibility, and keep the Hogs nice and fresh as this Queen decides what she wants to do. And it does look like she's cooperating, and it does look like she's rounding around, and this one looking very, very solid. Or is it? Queen.
Healers are gone. 3 red air bombs pop up. Queen will have ability to get the Town Hall down, but those healers falling for the traps, and their Royal Champion still has ability. Still got a little bit of gas in this tank, but ultimately, does he have enough? And it looks like he does. He's got a couple of invis here. So Peibu gets on the board, finishes strong, builds that momentum for tomorrow. I like the finish here. Obviously, Aphelion probably feels like they got a little bit of work to do before tomorrow, but tomorrow's a new day, you know?
Yeah, shake off that win, or shake off that loss. But winning is United Gaming, advancing to the upper bracket finals. A clean sweep across the board there, almost a shutout on defense as well, but 15 stars on the board. And to get a perfect war on this stage in an upper bracket finals against a team like Aphelion is very impressive.
Very impressive indeed. I'm a little bit stunned. I mean, we had 2 attacks that were very, very close, but I mean, ultimately they get the perfect war, which is crazy. Man, GG's to United Gaming. They move on to our finals. They will be playing for a minimum of, what, $10,000 for second place?
Yeah.
But remember, they have that advantage. They have to lose twice tomorrow.
Yeah, and for any team to even think about getting a bracket reset against them just feels like a wild thought right now after that performance. But I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. It could definitely go the other way, because we saw in the challenge phase of the season where United Gaming did have a lot of losses. So a lot of these teams that they're taking wins against now, dominant wins at that, were teams that were able to beat them in the regular season. So they just come to play here when they get to the stage.
All right, we're going to throw over to Gabby. She's got an interview with the winning team.
Thank you. I've got Ghost after a perfect war for you and the squad. We don't get to see those very often. What was that like?
Yeah, that was definitely a great war from us. I mean, throughout the whole entire ladder into challenge season, we've never actually have beaten this team. So obviously, this was a lot of momentum going into this war, both sides, offense and defensively.
What you just mentioned, kind of that extra pressure of getting a victory over them, did that affect the mentality of any of you at all, knowing that a victory was something that you're really going to have to reach for compared to the regular season?
No, not really. I mean, we're kind of used to this being in the position with a lot of us actually being together for quite some seasons. This definitely was nothing for us. It's just a little laid back, take it one war at a time, and just focus each attack.
A lot of you have been together for some time, but there were some changes this time around. Ninja coming into the fold, you kind of sharing those builder capabilities. What is that like, having 2 people so renowned for your base building capabilities now sharing that aspect within the team?
Yeah, definitely. Ninja is a great player and also a builder. I mean, last season, I worked myself with Agent. We didn't have that many complexity in terms of being able to pick out plans and what's predicting. But yeah, adding Ninja definitely made a huge difference on our team, and obviously that result showed up today.
How often do y'all brainstorm together, kind of going back and forth from that perspective?
So yeah, we actually are roommates, so we actually are, are talking a lot in the rooms, obviously. So yeah, that does help us a lot, being able to, brainstorm. He's obviously a good player. I'm obviously a great player. Different tactics, but yeah, that all comes to play together and be able to have great traps for each opponent.
everyone finding different ways to support one another, and a lot of unique personalities. I actually heard that Garrett is a musician. Does he ever play for you guys as a reward for when you perform in these tournaments?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that something maybe we can ever convince him to do on the broadcast?
Yeah, we'll definitely look forward to that.
Before I let you go, congratulations on making it into the grand finals. Once again, before into that, though, you don't know your opponent just yet.
No, not, yeah, it's definitely going to be, I mean, there's a lot of good teams now having to fight for it, but yeah, we're going to be prepared for either one.
All right, looking forward to that preparation in effect. Thank you for joining me on the stage.
A perfect war only really superseded by Goreticus's musical career.
Ooh.
Seriously, though, fantastic performance out of these guys. Very, very cool. Like Abby said, we just don't see those perfect wars that often.
Yeah, 15 is tough. I mean, we talk about, 12, 13 being tough, let alone getting 15. That's insane.
Yeah, and I just like that his teammates are willing to volunteer him to do extra stuff on top of that.
I mean, that's what it is. It's the team game. Everybody's got to hit the ground running, and we saw that out of these guys here as they jumped in. I mean, you guys had the call right up and right front and center. When did you feel like, all right, they're just going to crush this?
Right here.
Okay.
No. Honestly, like, last war, they came out this strong as well. The first 2 attacks were triples. I expected them to keep that momentum. And when you have a player like Rigo Torres, one of the most seasoned players in all of Clash of Clans, hitting on the level he's supposed to be, I mean, there's a high expectation for Rigo. And when he's hitting where he's supposed to be, your team's going to have a lot of success.
Yeah, and you see United Gaming as a full reverse of what a lot of other teams do, where they tend to underperform and just get into the LAN. They don't look like they're the top, and then they get here and they just completely smash it. And you see other teams completely smash it into the qualifiers on their way in, and then they get here and then they struggle a little bit there. And it's just, it's got to be the jitters of the big stage.
Well, this is pretty much this is the end of our wars for day number 1, and this is what the bracket looks like after a day of competition. So United Gaming, after their perfect war, waits in the wings to find out who they play up against. But in order to get there, we got to go all through the lower bracket, which is what tomorrow is for. And so this 50 Shades of Hog and Empire Gaming matchup, that's the first time that we actually say goodbye to a team. Loser goes home.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And in the challenge phase, Eric, I said, what have you done for me lately to United? My bad, guys. I didn't mean to put any disrespect on your name. My apologies.
I mean, it depends on what your definition of lately is, because lately, as in last season, they ended up with a win. So obviously, that's what they did then. But lately, they ended up losing against a lot of these other teams here. Like that was.
That's where I was coming from. With
yeah,
it. Like in challenge, they were kind of. But I mean, that's what we've been talking about the whole time. In challenge, they just like, let's just get to LAN and we'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, take a look. We're flashing this real quick. They went, so it was 11-11 in the regular season, and the only reason Empire winds up winning that is because they win in the percent, and it was 4%. That's separated.
Speaking of tomorrow's matchup, the first matchup tomorrow, Empire versus 50 Shades of Hog. Our first matchup tomorrow was a really close one in challenge. So we've seen that from 50 Shades in general. They can hang with all these teams. They kind of got to get over that fear of the big stage and kind of take those risks that we've seen them take in the past to get rewarded with those triples.
Yeah, I wonder if we see a completely different team out of them tomorrow, where they were playing very, very conservatively. And I understand, like, I've been in their seat before. I understand the mentalities. You go in there where you just like, get the 2-star at an absolute bare minimum. Don't throw it. And you don't want to be the guy who gets the 1-star because you're taking the risky plan. But sometimes that risk is warranted, and you just have to return to the fundamentals and just get comfortable up there. And if you're not comfortable, then they're going to be playing more conservatively, and that definitely showed today. And I really hope they can shake that tomorrow.
I mean, you don't want to be the guy that throws it. That's absolutely true. If you throw it, you wind up, like, obviously your friends make fun. Sometimes there's even a punishment if you mess things up. And we have a lot of fun here at Clash of Clans, obviously. And even though it's LAN time, doesn't mean it's all business. We do guess the percent here. If you followed us through the regular season, we make these knuckleheads go ahead and figure out, we show them like a flash of an attack. And then we make them guess what the actual percentage is. And if you watched us last season, Big Boy Bash over here, but we hit him in the face with a pie because he's the loser.
Those 3 pies. It wasn't even just one. It was so rude. The most rude I've ever been. I felt assaulted by Eric.
Yeah. But look at this. Look at the difference between us this season. We are exactly tied for now. for now. We have to have a tiebreaker here
And
to
that
decide
is
who wins
what-
the guest to present.
And that is what tomorrow is for, boys. Obviously, we will mess with you guys, but there is seriousness on the docket as well. We have 3 wars coming at you, and you will not want to miss it at all. Thank you so much to all of our partners at Samsung, DHL, Monster Energy, and the U.S. Air Force for putting on such a performance. It is only day 1, though. Make sure to join us tomorrow where we crown a North American champion. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.